Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. You can't go out, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the prize. Not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
I want to make sure I heard this correctly yesterday. You sent out an email, Chris Cote, because we want to do some sort of Summer Olympics here at Meadowlark Media.
That's right.
And you asked people to give you visually funny sports that we could do, Summer Olympic sports.
No, I didn't ask anyone. I just kind of picked some sports that I thought would be visually funny. And when I got responses, everyone was just kind of picking sports that they think they'd be good at, not really thinking about the audience.
Okay. I would like to do sports. I would like to do this. I think it's a fun idea. Visually funny sports is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like ping pong is not the way to go. I understand people would enjoy us playing ping pong, and I would win that. I would win the gold medal.
Putt-putt was another one other people feel like they'd be good at.
Yeah.
Is putt-putt, that would kind of be interesting to watch. Putt-putt maybe?
No.
Okay.
No. Us swimming would be interesting to watch. Us diving would be interesting to watch. Us doing things that make us look funny and embarrass us would be interesting to watch.
You get me.
Watching us do things that we're actually decent at, not funny to anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, watching David Sampson excel at ping pong is probably going to annoy people. You know what I'm saying? He's just, Sampson, what are you doing?
You think you're great at ping pong, don't you?
I think I'm good at ping pong,
Right.
not great.
Right.
But for this competition, I have 2 words for you. Ready? Balance beam.
What?
Balance beam.
Are you getting on a balance beam?
I would do that.
But you would just try to balance yourself up there. You're not going to do anything up there that would be impressive.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna prance like a horse.
You're gonna strut?
Yeah, I'm gonna strut.
He's gonna balance, yeah.
Prance.
5 feet off the ground.
You're going to fall.
I mean, I'm not gonna do backflips if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
But
So what's the big sell of this?
I'm
Just
gonna-
you walking
well,
from
him
one
walking
end?
across the balance beam.
Him balancing, yeah.
That's
I'm
quite the feat.
I'm
yeah.
gonna out equilibrium everyone else.
Right.
That's all.
How about these 2 words? Pommel horse.
Now you're getting a little
Get
complicated.
those triceps ready.
Uneven bars, perhaps?
No. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can barely do balance beam. I'm thinking balance
Can't do
beam.
balance beam.
Balance beam is the easiest of the gymnastics things.
What, to just
right?
stand on?
No, Chris,
to
the
walk.
key is to get on the balance beam, walk across the balance beam. Your dad could do that. He's saying he could do that. I bet you can't do that.
Yeah, I could just walk across it, but that's not what anyone does in this competition. They're supposed to do cartwheels on it and
Well,
flips.
that's
and-
your performance. His is his performance.
Right.
Each person has their own performance. The ribbon dancing seems easy.
Oh, I would do
Something
that.
someone could do.
Yeah, I would do that.
You could ribbon dance.
Yeah, I could. Go like
Balance
that.
beam, I think, is like the first sport every child plays, right? Where they just do it on a curb.
That's right.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Fair, yes.
I love a balance beam, even though I've never been on one. I like the idea of one.
Let's just have you first walk on a straight line of tape on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, I've
We
done
could-
that.
we
but
could-
Usually
that's
it's
such
with
a-
a
Like
cop.
right
We
here?
could make our own
Yes.
balance beam in here.
Let's do it today, please.
No, I could do that. That's the way to practice.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then
That's
say
how the greats
ABCs
practice?
backwards.
Right. I can do that too. I can walk backward.
Right.
One thing I do have is good balance.
Billy's so right though. Kids love the just getting up on. Like my daughter, when we go to a restaurant, we're waiting to eat outside. This little fountain with the little bench around it. My daughter wants to just walk around in a circle on that thing.
Yep.
The things that
They're
kids
easily
get joy out of.
entertained,
It's
yes.
it's crazy.
I
Yep.
love it.
Walk
'Cause
in circles.
I was like, yeah,
Yes.
it looks fun, and I got up there, not that fun.
No.
No.
See, he doesn't have the same equilibrium.
Right.
He must have gotten it from Merlene.
Yeah. Well, you know what I've been doing my whole life is walking on things in parking lots.
The bumpers?
The bumpers.
Yeah. Your
because
whole
that-
life?
You
because
like
that's
doing that?
That's
Yeah.
like this wide.
Right.
Which is probably, what is
Good
the
surface area.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the width of a balance beam? Like 4 inches or something?
Hmm.
Probably
I'll look this
akin.
I thought it was like 6 inches
Looking
or
it up.
something. Yeah.
Tomato,
half
tomato.
foot.
That's no challenge. 6 inches. It should be like 2. I'll walk a 2-inch balance beam.
That's bordering on tightrope.
Have Meadowlark Carpentry make me a 2-inch balance beam, and I'll stride it right now.
Typically, they're 4 inches.
4 inches.
Yes.
You're right then.
Okay.
Child's
So that's
play.
like this. That's like a curb, right?
Easy peasy.
That's like
Still
a
talking
bumper.
about balance
You know
beams?
exactly how long that is, huh?
Yeah. Heyo. So we need 4 sports. Is that what you're saying?
I that's just kind of what I was
Right.
going for, but you know,
Because your dad said he would not do diving.
10 centimeters.
Right.
And
that was in your headset.
Yeah, and sorry.
But you blurted it out.
I know, I heard it, and it sounded like good information. I wanted to relay it. What is 10 centimeters in inches? Okay, I'm
you
from
asking
the
a
United States. Give me inches here, not centimeters. It's like Christopher playing golf. Instead of tell me it's a par, don't tell me it's a 4.
Right.
Don't give me a number.
Around 4 inches.
Do I have to be in here with them?
Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
I'm surrounded by Cody's. I'm in my glory. I mean,
I know. It's like the Greg Cote Show podcast,
Where's
and you're a
Yeti?
guest.
Yeah.
The idea of the Olympics, Chris, was
That
that we
what
were
it
going to
is.
compete against
Fine.
another show, right?
It would be like it would be a Meadowlark Media Olympics. So it would be representing the Le Batard Show, and this would be Jessica.
A
and Roy.
Meadowlark.
And representing Pablo Torre finds out it's Pablo. It's like it would be like as if the shows are different countries. That was like in my mind.
Oh, I thought you
Meadowlark.
wanted us to
Metal
compete against
Lark.
like Dan Patrick's show.
No, it was
DP.
more in-house Meadowlark, and the different countries come from the different shows at Meadowlark. Mm-hmm. Like we're going to be swimming against the underdogs.
I don't want to swim.
I want to swim.
Rule
I
me
do.
out. Do you?
You
Yeah.
said you would swim right before the
Yes.
show.
Yeah, I'm not big on taking my shirt off.
You said you
public.
wouldn't
I
dive.
think that's
Hereditary.
that's most people's problem.
You
I
can
think.
swim with a
That's-
shirt on.
No, that's weird.
Now the aerodynamics aren't good with the shirt. You got to go
I know they
full
they,
suit. That
If-
would we put Greg in like a
If
full
exposing
Okay.
body is people's issue, we could mandate that everyone be covered up. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, if that's a worry of
Wetsuits. We
people,
could do wetsuits. Yeah,
wetsuits.
they're
just-
expensive though.
I don't know. It's just
Scuba gear.
Dan's
I don't want.
paying.
I don't want people to be uncomfortable. Who do you think, Dad, would win in a race?
Me or
in
Le
the
Batard?
pool? Le Batard.
100-meter
or
relay.
Oh, Stugotz would win.
Thank
Really?
you.
Yeah, Dan would
I'm a
sink
swimmer.
like a rock.
Yeah.
Sink like a rock.
Yeah, he would. He would. Even though he's looking good, he's lost some weight. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I
He
see
can't swim.
No, he can't swim.
Come on.
You kidding me?
Knock it off.
No, God,
Dan,
no.
swimming?
No.
Really?
Pool? When's the last time he's been in a pool?
He was on a pool in that photo shoot.
Yeah.
Pool table.
That's true too. Yeah.
I'd like to do a 4x100 relay swimming.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Who would
Like
you-
me
who
and
would you-
Dan, I would choose Tony.
Yeah, that's strong. See, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. See, you're going
Length.
with what I said. Like that's why I think Dan might be strong at swimming because he's like a tall guy,
Right.
and that's why I think I'd give him the advantage over you in swimming.
Of
The re-
everyone on the show, I think Tony would be the first choice. Of course, I think. I don't know.
I can see-
Jess, why are you looking at me?
I can see
What am
I'm
I
a
Jess
doing?
decent
being-
swimmer. I got out of a rip current once.
I'm sure.
I think the more important thing for swimming is coordination and like not drowning.
Right.
Length is probably secondary to that.
I just look at all the swimmers like Phelps and stuff. Like they tend to be tall people.
Right.
They
Roy,
are.
Roy looks like a swimmer. He's got a swimmer's body.
Yeah.
Swimmer's physique.
I've seen him in a speedo, and he does.
Have you? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I'm not terrible, but I'm not going to be in that competition though.
Was it at a pool?
It was a punishment Roy had to pay for the show.
Yeah.
You got out of a rip current one?
Yeah, well, seriously.
I did.
Go
Is
on.
there more to that?
There is. So I was in Hawaii.
Was it at Typhoon Lagoon?
It was not in Typhoon Lagoon. It was in Hawaii.
Is that the name of the slide?
No.
Hurricane Harbor.
I've made it out of those wave pools too. It's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
intense.
no. We were in.
Those are a dangerous game.
Yeah.
I don't. People that bring their kids into the wave pool at
She
Six
loves them.
Very
Flags,
dangerous.
She wants to go deep too. I'm always like,
You could drown in there.
Jeez,
Yeah.
they're terrifying.
Anyway, back to you,
Yeah.
Tone.
Was this
we were
when you hurt your toe?
No, this is a different time. This is another trip to Hawaii. So we were in Maui, and there was like a water trampoline that was out maybe like 100 yards from the shore, and a bunch of little kids were jumping on it or whatever. So I swim out there, and me and my brother, my sister, my dad, we start swimming, and then all of a sudden, this like pull, right, starts like pulling us towards the trampoline. All the kids are already gone. I was like, where'd they go? They swam away.
Gone?
No, like they swam away like back into the shore. I don't know if they knew it was coming. Like I don't know what happened, but we get to this trampoline. We're about 100 yards offshore, and I feel the pull where I'm having to like hold on to the trampoline because the water is like literally bringing us back. So we're 100 yards from shore. That's a football. That's a long ass way. So I start swimming, right? Just you always have to swim diagonal to a rip current, right? Like that's the trick. because it's pulling at a certain
I
angle.
thought it was parallel to the coast.
Right. Diagonal
Diagonal to
to the rip current.
the. Okay.
Do you get me? Like we're running parallel to the coast, diagonal to the rip
Same
current.
thing.
Go
is
on.
what he's
Same
saying.
thing.
It's
Got it.
right.
Got
Yeah,
it.
same thing.
Right.
It's a different way to say it. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay.
I'm swimming diagonal.
Why
from
didn't
the
you
rip
just
current.
get on the trampoline?
Good question.
Because I had made it first. Everybody else was still in the water. So if I make it on the trampoline and my family gets taken out by a rip current, what do?
Well, I mean, if you swim
I had to
and your
get back in the
family
water.
gets taken out by rip current too,
had to
they're
get
dead.
back in the water and tell everybody swim diagonal. So it took me like 20 minutes to get out of the rip current swimming diagonal because it was still pulling us. Wow. But I swam out. Strong swimmer.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
You ever climb out of quicksand?
That's a good question.
I'm sure he has.
I haven't run across
Not yet,
quicksand.
right.
I haven't yet.
You haven't run across it.
Yeah, you walk diagonal.
He's
across
searching
it.
for it, though.
You need a good vine. That's the most important part, Greg. You need a vine that you can hold
Yeah.
on to.
Yeah. Like
and then-
Tarzan.
exactly, and then
Yeah.
take yourself out like Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
Tarzan.
That'd be a good Olympic event.
Vine swinging?
Swinging on a
No,
vine?
well,
Getting out of a quicksand?
Jim Rome?
Yeah, quicksand exiting.
And if you don't,
Then you're in trouble. You don't get a medal.
I was
You get a
thinking the
funeral.
other day, I saw
Meadowlark.
a competition where people were making a bed really fast against one another.
seen that.
Yeah, and then I was thinking like if you did that for the Olympics or if you did
Bed making?
people making like building IKEA furniture really quickly.
I would lose.
I
we
would
thought
be
about
really into
bringing in
that.
some like life events, like things you would do in life, like that, like not sports events.
putting
We
a
thought
duvet
about that.
cover on. I mean, I'm watching that every time. 10 out of
You
10
need, like,
times.
You're
seven
watching
people
a
to do it.
competition of that?
Yes, are you
Really?
kidding?
Oh.
Oh my god, people getting tangled
That would
up
be
in
funny.
sheets. It'd be great. We should do that. We should do that as a show.
That is
If no one wants to be
that is
in
funnier
bathing
than ping
suits.
pong.
How about speed cooking? The quickest person to make an omelet, an edible omelet with all you get are 3 eggs
Right.
and a pat of butter and a couple other ingredients. Go, and then
You appear like a person who likes to take his time when
do.
making an omelet.
Yeah, I'd
Typically,
be bad.
typically in
Right.
cooking competitions, speed is not the agenda.
right,
Yeah.
but that's why this would be good.
Botulism
Speed
is
cooking.
not the goal here.
The
I'm
funny,
trying not to get people
the
sick.
funny thing about that is nobody is a less efficient cooker than you are.
It's true. I do take my time.
Like if my dad says dinner's ready at 6, we're eating at 6:45.
As you're twice cut once.
yeah, that's
Like,
right.
He doesn't like he'll wait until the meat is done to start boiling his water for the
Yeah,
pasta.
that's
He's one of
true.
the like I have to
Takes
be
his time. He's
for
enjoying
Sunday
it.
dinner.
Yeah.
I come over and I'm his sous chef. I'm just like, did you do this yet? You should probably get the water boiling.
Yeah, you turn everything up to high.
Well, he likes to boil.
Ridiculous.
How do you boil water for pasta?
Put it at 10 and let it rip.
Thank you. Like my dad puts it at like low and slow.
Let
Like
it
he's like
rip.
got it on 3, and he's just like it'll boil.
Gotta
No,
let the
I
water
re-
simmer.
Like what?
I know my stove. If it's on 10, it's going to burl over.
Yeah.
If it's on 8, it's going to take a little longer, but
Right.
it's not going to burl over.
Know your stove, man.
Right.
I mean, it's the key to cooking.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a long day.
You do have to know your stove. That's good advice.
Why? Because you're sitting across
I
from your
just-
dad? You spent enough time with him?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm too mean to him. That's what everyone tells me. So I'm gonna be nice.
You're off to a good start.
Something to think about, especially with Dad's Day coming up. I'm still waiting for that Dadder Day, by the way, where you and Michael come over and help old Pop in the yard.
I've been over to help you with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, in the yard, like what?
Have you have not set the day for that? Like I
Oh.
helped you move stuff the other day from your backyard.
Okay, so if I set a date, it's going to
I
happen then.
told you. See, this is just
Okay.
I have a
Well,
question.
Father's Day is coming up.
Well, no, that's
so
different than Dadder Day. Father's Day and Dadder Day are very different.
I'm just saying, Chris has no idea how many more chances he's going to have to pull off Dadder Day.
Wow.
about
Oh,
that?
come on. Stop being morbid here.
I'm not being morbid. I'm just.
Greg's not going to get in quicksand.
Same with my kids.
I'm the kind of guy who could climb out of quicksand.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
How
I
would
just-
you?
I would study up on it.
Yeah.
I suspect the
While you're in it?
strategy, having not studied, the strategy has to be as little movement as possible.
I don't know
I
if
don't
that's-
think you want to go like this and start thrashing.
He's right.
And,
He's right
Can't
about that.
panic. Right.
yeah. You
Yeah.
got to remain calm.
The faster you move, the more you sink.
I
Yes.
think without a vine,
Yes.
you're screwed.
The vine is very important, though, to get out. You need a vine.
You know,
or a
throw me
whip of
rope,
some sort.
A rope with a knot on the end. Like
You
a,
ever
like
wonder
a
where it
tug-of-war
goes?
rope. The
Where-
quicksand?
Yeah, where does it go?
I don't know.
Maybe you could end up there and there's like a nice bubble of oxygen. Maybe the key is just go along for the ride.
And the other thing is, shouldn't they be called slow sand?
Yeah.
Because quicksand is not.
You go
quick.
slowly,
There's nothing
right.
quick about it. It doesn't move quick. You don't get out of it quick.
So it's funny. I looked up the keys to getting out of quicksand,
Oh, nice.
and the first one is stay calm. The second one is lighten your load. Take as many things out of your pocket.
Take your keys out of your pocket?
Yes, take everything out of your pocket, it says. And then it says wiggle your feet.
Stay calm is such a cliche in the survival game.
It is.
Like, what is that really doing for me?
Right, I hate when Ron McGill says, hey, yeah, you face a bear, stay calm. No, I'm going to freak out.
That's the point. Like, if you freak out and panic, then your judgment is poor because you're reacting too quickly. You're not thinking. You stay calm. You think, what do I know about this bear? Should I yell, hey, bear? Should I fight it? Like, there's different things that you stay calm, think about it, remember your training, and maybe you'll have a better chance of surviving.
I'll tell you what, if this plane is going down, I'll tell you who's not staying calm. This guy.
Right.
I am panicking.
That's why you're not the co-pilot.
There's not a lot you can do. That's why Tony is.
That's why you're not the co-pilot. If you look around and you don't see your co-pilot, it's you. I look at Chris Cote and I'm like, he's a little too nervous. I can't have him on the sticks.
I would be like, please, somebody else.
So, do you get one Dadder Day a year, like Father's Day?
I would like one Dadder Day a year.
Plus
that
Father's
would be great.
Day.
Yeah,
Different.
yeah. Father's Day is different.
Can we do it the Saturday before Father's Day? Just bang it out?
Well,
I would love that.
It seems like you're going to
What a
have,
weekend.
if you don't, then you have two Father, like Dadder Days roll over, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'd have two Dadder Days next year.
Yeah.
If Chris doesn't get it out of the way this year.
I could use 2 a year, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Especially the way my bamboo
You deserve
plant
it.
grows.
I
Bamboo
pitched-
spreads like
Yeah,
wildfire,
it
I've
does.
heard.
Yeah.
Game 4 of Panthers-Oilers in Edmonton is the day before Father's Day, and I pitched to my wife last night, that being the game that I might be able to go to, and that didn't go over well. And it's like, I thought this was Father's Day. I guess
It's your day.
I guess it's
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
Right.
You don't miss Father's Day to go to Edmonton.
That's what my wife said.
Not to
I thought
Edmonton,
it's Father's
though.
Day. I mean, I'm a father.
You'll
You
miss a
thought-
week of work, you go to Edmonton. I mean,
No, not if I go to the Saturday game.
it's a long trip,
That's,
man.
I'm trying to go to on a weekend so I don't miss a bunch of
Well,
work.
this is what you should have done is you should have pitched it as, my dad would really love to go, and a great Father's Day gift for him would be me going with him to the
Ooh,
game.
it's not too late for
I'm
that.
not doing it
You wanna
for
go,
me. I'd like to go with my father.
He doesn't
and take
want to
him
go
the
to
game.
Edmonton.
Does it matter if Greg goes? I mean,
Well, yeah, it's Father's Day. Chris cannot celebrate Father's Day
Well, no,
neither
no.
with his father nor
No,
with
no,
his
no.
child.
Chris can
Then it's
go,
Chris
but Greg
Day.
just has to hide the entire day to protect his son.
Yeah.
You know?
We have a brunch planned
Yeah.
for that Sunday. So, like, that's
Yeah,
why I
it's
get
planned.
it.
Who wants to go to Edmonton?
Who wants to
I
go
do.
to brunch?
Not
I
me.
do. What are you talking about?
I'm with
Roy is
that.
dying. He's already pissed that we're potentially spending money on the Olympics when he could be going on a trip to Edmonton right now.
You're messing around with the budget here.
Roy
Wait,
just walked in. I heard it. He goes to Carl. He goes, Edmonton. One word.
You were just in New
That's all he
York.
has to say at this point. That's all he should say.
How did
Edmonton.
Carl react to
Carl
that?
was like, whoa, that's coming in a little hot, Roy.
Stanley
Honestly,
Cup final.
Roy,
I'm going to try that. Augusta.
you did that. It worked for you.
Not this year.
Tahoe. I did do that. You're right. I've done it several times.
Damn, Edmonton is far.
Dude, it's so far.
It's like an
really?
8-hour flight.
Yes, yes.
It's like going to London.
It's
ridiculous.
like 8 hours from Montana.
It's
Think about
so
that.
inconvenient to get there.
I know. No directees.
No.
No.
I can't imagine. Rory, what's your opinion on this? Are Panthers fans actually going to go to Edmonton? If there's 100 red jerseys there, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, no, probably not.
No, there will be. 100 is
Roy.
not that much. You'll see some red jerseys there.
Okay.
Will you,
You'll see one. I hope.
Royce?
No, mine.
No, I'll be
Roy's
in the press box.
Roy will be in the press box.
It is Father's Day. It's your day. Do what you want.
I tried.
No,
pulling that
Father's
card.
Day is Family Day.
There you go.
Is it really?
Yeah, Father. You can't be selfish on Father's Day. You just can't.
No, you can be. Every year on Father's Day, what I ask for is silence.
Thank you.
Yes. Just the gift of silence. I watch the U.S. Open. I watch the final round. I get the gift of silence. That's
Right.
all I want.
Yeah, but how does it go over if you say, you know what, I want to go to Zimbabwe for Father's Day? I'll be 4 days. We'll see you later.
You know what I want for Father's Day? An 8-hour returning flight from Edmonton.
Zimbabwe.
Nothing sounds better.
How confident are you
I think
guys?
my wife would be on to me.
How confident are you guys in the Ice Cats?
Oh, I got them winning in 6.
In 6? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's where do you have the losses coming?
Probably one at home and one in Edmonton.
Game 1 or one at
Probably
home?
game 2.
Okay.
Roy, you have the Panthers in 6.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm
Sounds about
thinking,
right.
and I'd like to propose to you, Roy, and Tony. By the way, welcome to the Panwagon. Now the Stanley Cup is here.
I'm locked
Tony's
in, exactly right.
He said
Are
that-
you? Are you?
Yeah, remember I said on the show, hey,
Stanley
the
Cup.
moment they get to the Stanley Cup,
Yep.
I'll be locked in. The thing is, I need like a recap of what
Okay.
we've done in the last like
They've won.
3 rounds.
Just-
They won.
They made it there.
Roy, hypothetical situation for you. You have it going 6, so you have the Panthers losing 2 games, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Should the Panthers win the first 2 games, would you ever consider forfeiting the next 2 so you don't have to fly to Edmonton? And it's still a 2-2 split.
Come back 2 games apiece.
And then you come back for Game 5, but then you have to go to Edmonton for Game 6. Would you ever spot them any games to not make that 8-hour flight so they can rest up?
Man, that's good.
Oh, we got him.
I
We
got to think
stumped
about that one. Probably not.
Roy wants to go to Edmonton.
Yeah.
I kind of do too. Outside of the flight, like I want to see a game.
You don't want to go to Edmonton.
Okay.
You don't want to go
I
to
don't.
Edmonton, man.
No.
Connecting flights.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a connecting.
How
flight.
many connecting flights is it, and where do you connect?
There's
was
one in
looking up-
Denver.
Yeah, I was looking at flights last
Denver?
night. It's
Yeah.
it's like 8.5 hours of travel with like an hour layover in Denver.
Or you can have 2 layovers, one in Atlanta and the
No
other one in
thanks.
Denver.
Why don't the Panthers charter flights for their fans? Sell the tickets, make it convenient.
I mean,
have
Right.
direct flights.
For Roy and Walter Katz.
He said
I mean,
only 100
Katsy.
people are going, so you could get that all. That's one flight.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Americans should do one
Why
direct.
don't we do it? Why don't we charter a flight for Panthers fans and we can charge them anything they want? People don't like direct or connecting flights.
Yeah.
So let's charter a direct flight from here to Edmonton. I don't know who we need to talk to. Someone out there if you're listening.
I think it's Carl. Roy should just walk up to him and say private jet.
Charter. Yeah. No, not a private.
PJ.
No. Look, this is actually a really good idea, okay? We charter a plane, right? When you charter a plane, you sell the tickets and you can kind of control the price of the tickets, I'm assuming, right? So, in theory, we can do this at no cost to the company. We just put the money up front, right? And then we charge for the tickets an offsetting amount to cover Roy's costs and the hotel costs.
But
Now,
we want to make a little profit.
it's
Though.
you
The
can
catch
make
is that you're
profit.
the pilot, and that's how we're saving money.
It's a lot of work.
Co-pilot.
It's a lot of work and it's a big risk, but I think there will be people interested in going to see the Panthers play in Edmonton, on a direct flight. Let's just charter a flight. Why can't we do that?
Would you pay half price for a flight if they're like, all right, but there's only going to be one pilot here? So, if this pilot has an issue, you just got to kind of bet that this pilot
Isn't
will
that
be
just
fine.
Spirit Air? I feel like that's like a.
I feel like I would pay. I would just
something
roll
to
the
do.
dice that everything's going to work out. If I get a half
Is
price
Tony
flight,
on my flight?
if he is, I feel better about the situation.
Same. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, co-pilot.
You would pay half price for a
For
ticket.
one pilot.
If you told me
I
the
wouldn't.
rest of my life, every flight you pay for will be half price, but there's only going to be one pilot. Like I've never had a pilot have an issue and need the backup pilot.
that you know of.
How do you know?
They don't. You think they keep it secret?
Have you
Hell
ever
yes.
seen the
You think
pilot
they
go
tell
to
you?
the bathroom in the middle of a flight?
Yeah, he's got to take a shit.
And there's just no one flying the plane
Yeah, I've also-
on
I-
your flight?
That's why it's
I've-
Autopilot.
Autopilot.
Exactly,
Come on,
yeah.
give me a break.
A flight attendant sometimes will go in to because there has to be 2 people in there. So you'll notice when
They barricade the door too, so you can't bum
they
rush
put
the
the
door.
they slide out the little cart to
cart,
block
yeah.
it. Like
Would you want to know if the main pilot can't fly the plane? I don't want to know what happens in that room.
I want honesty.
Do you?
No, you don't.
Not there.
No, you don't.
No, you want lies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
So
you want a lie.
like just a couple of flight attendants going in that room, and
Seriously,
you're
you
like,
don't want honesty.
why are people going in there? Like you can tell something's going on, but you don't want to know.
You want to know.
Your dad is right. You want lies.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
want a third
confused
pilot.
about
I'm
where
not
this
satisfied with
argument
2.
None of this makes sense.
Half price flights though, that's the kicker here. Tony's with me. Half price flights the rest of your life. I trust one pilot.
So you're saying you're booking a flight on United, let's say. It's
Yeah.
$500 because you done it last minute.
you can fly
okay?
$250 for a one pilot.
For one
No.
pilot.
Yeah.
Not happening.
They're just going to end up price gouging the one pilot flights,
Yeah,
and you're
they
going to end
will.
up paying the same amount.
Well,
anyways.
Tony's a
Yeah.
pilot, so for Tony, it's like half price and
Yeah.
maybe you
I'm
get the
good.
thrill of flying. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
good.
fine.
Yep.
But Tony's like a marshal where he has to be on every flight.
It's a bit exhausting
He's just
for me. It's a second
constantly
job now. All of
flying.
a sudden, I
You
gotta
never
go.
know where he is.
Here's the thing, though. To your point, Christopher,
Thank you.
I think most flights,
Thank you.
most full flights, there's somebody. I almost said in the audience. There's somebody on the plane
That could-
who knows how to fly in an emergency.
Who's done a flight
Yes,
simulator?
I think so.
There's a Tony on every plane.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
think
to tell
so.
you guys, man.
Some guy just had 2 vodka sodas. All of a sudden, is in charge.
He's winging it, literally.
Literally.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, for crying out loud! I feel like I could fly a plane because somebody in the tower would be instructing me.
Yeah,
This
exactly
isn't the
right.
movie Airplane,
Yes.
Greg. It's
God.
not that easy.
Yeah, you push a button. They tell you in the tower, push a red button. And then you do it. And then,
That kind of thing.
You feel like someone from the tower can walk you through flying
Yeah, I think so.
a plane,
yeah, I feel like
an
that.
Airbus.
Yeah.
Really? In about 10 minutes or so, Chris Whittingham, the fancy young lad, is going to join us from his bathtub.
No context needed for that. That's why.
Billy is shaking his head.
What?
How did you guys manage this?
Well, we made a bet, and Whittingham has to pay it off.
I know, but this is like a Dan thing. So like,
I know.
doing it when Dan's not here.
I don't make the schedule. Someone just said Whittingham's coming on today at 9:40. So
I mean, it's a grid of death punishment, so I feel like Dan doesn't have to be here for it. I'm with
He's
you.
been wanting him
Yeah, I
in the
know.
bathtub every day.
But
for
he's not
like
in
4
costume,
years.
right? So is he gonna be really that upset? Do we consider being in the tub a costume? That's all Dan cares. He doesn't care about if Woody's naked
he
in a
cares
tub.
about the
He wants
costume. Right. Well, he cares about paying off your penalty.
And I think it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be an entire show, but he'll only be here for a segment. So
All right.
So
There
we're
should-
already saying it doesn't count.
Well,
So
there
we'll do
should
the
be
rest of the
rules.
show next week when Dan is back?
I do like the idea of after he like at the very end of the segment, just being like, okay, this doesn't count. You have to do this again for a full show.
What?
He's not an employee of ours anymore. Though.
That's
He
true.
literally does
That's
not
true.
have to do any of this.
What are the rules though of this bet? Because for me, he has to be shirtless, and it would be nice if he had a prop like a shower cap or a
There needs to
loofah.
be water in the tub.
Rubber ducky.
Yes, your rubber ducky.
Mandatory.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I've got him setting
Bubbles.
up a full desk in the back. Like he's got like a little like
Do ya?
TV
Computer,
tray.
right.
He's got his light set up. He's like no water
Bath
involved.
bomb?
He's
Does he
just
have a bath bomb?
He's comfortably maybe sitting on a pillow in the tub.
Do you love a good bath?
I don't actually.
Really?
No.
Why would I want to sit in my ass water?
Huh.
Yeah.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Put that on the poll.
That is a good question. Was that a rhetorical question or meant for a poll?
Juju, I'm not certain of the question, but whatever it was, put it on the poll.
Why would I want to sit in my ass water? Was that the exact
Yes
question?
or no?
Okay.
I like a good outdoor bath. Have you ever been in a place that has like
That's a hot tub, no?
no like
Like in the
Oh,
Cialis commercial?
I am imagining Tony somewhere in like Aspen, Colorado.
nice
Oh,
hot steamy bath.
Yeah.
It's cold outside though. You're in the bathtub.
oh, you look good.
There's some places that have like a bathtub on the balcony,
Yeah.
like hotels and places like that.
Fancy
Right.
places.
I'm a big outdoor bath guy.
Hell yeah.
It sounds like a Cialis commercial.
It
You're
does.
just sitting in
Yeah.
watching the sunset, holding hands in a tub.
When's the last time you took a bath?
You, Dad.
I have not taken a bath in I don't know when. I don't take baths. It would be weird. It would be physically weird for me to step into a bathtub. And you know,
It should be
lay
one of
down
our
like
Olympic competitions.
I'm so used to standing in a shower. It would be physically weird to sit down in a bathtub. Creepy.
I'm not a fan of the pruning that happens in a bath.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. And then your fingers are like wet and like mushy.
The oddest like bath shower routine I ever had I think this was like probably freshman year of high school. I would wake up early to take a shower and I would be so tired that I would just lay down on the floor in the shower for like after I was done washing. I would finish the shower off with a good 5-minute just lay.
Wait, what is happening here?
Okay, sitting in the shower
You just laid
is
on the
different
floor?
than
Lay
a bath,
down.
though.
Why?
It's better.
Just because I was tired, didn't want to get out yet. The water was nice and hot and steamy. I would just it was weird. I'm not like
Face up or face down?
You shut the water off?
I think
No.
I'm face up.
I think it's getting hit by the water.
And I'm like
What?
just kind of like it's pelting all over my midsection and my stomach.
Weird.
No, it
visual.
was weird.
What a visual.
It's a terrible visual. I mean, no one. Come on,
Sitting is
someone else be vulnerable with me.
No, I've
Tony, you've
sat
done
in
this.
the shower.
You're
The-
too tall.
the benches in
He's
the, at
looking
the
for
Circa,
help.
Sat in the shower,
At
yes.
Circa.
Oh.
We had like
Oh,
5
the
a.m.
benches
wake-up
were
calls.
sick.
Really hot,
Oh, just sit there.
good water pressure.
If there's a
Sit there
bench-
and wake up and just be
Yes.
like, I don't want to be awake right now.
I know
But this
it's
feels
easier with a
nice.
bench. It was weird. I'm not saying this is
Well, if there's a
normal,
bench,
but-
you're supposed to sit. It's an option to sit on the bench.
Yeah, that's not what that bench is for.
My man.
Baby.
But yeah, it's weird. I look back on it and I'm embarrassed. I don't know why I just admitted it. I would just lay in the shower in high school.
That is, I raise you.
Yeah.
What is happening?
And it would be
here?
like, mom would be like, it would
Greg,
be,
you shower in the pool.
yeah.
No, I don't shower in the pool.
It would be a thing
With a
where
shirt on.
I bathe in the pool.
my mom would always cut, like after like 20 minutes, my mom would be like, Hey, it's 7:15. Doot. And it's like, all right. Then I
Wait,
would-
you do this in the morning?
Yeah, this would
like
be.
you wake up and just lay down on the floor.
No,
This is the strangest
because I,
This is a weird revelation.
it's because of how tired I was.
Make
Like,
it a
it's-
nominee for a Suey Award, please.
I'm not proud of it, but weird.
more sadness.
Come on, there's somebody else here that's done embarrassing things in the shower and they're not admitting it.
Hey, yo.
Oh, what are you talking
Greg,
about?
what do you think of those commercials? Have you seen? Not that I'm implying that this is like for you.
Yeah.
But what do you think of those commercials of those like things that they gear towards? The more senior generations where they turn your shower into like a tub with a door. Oh yeah. Have you seen those that you close it and then you can sit down and basically it could fill all the way up to like your chest or whatever?
Yeah. No, I don't do that. When we had the master bath redesigned or whatever you call it when they redo a bathroom, the guy asked me if I wanted a bench in the shower.
What'd you say, my man?
No, I was offended. I'm like
Offended.
Because of age?
Yeah, that's an ageist question.
And now
I need
you-
a bench. Why? I'm not sitting down in the shower. It's why I take showers so I can stand. Put my head right under the thing. The
But you're
stream
gonna
of
get to a certain age where you wish you just
Yeah.
had the bench installed
there
because
now.
the portable shower benches for people with, like disabled people, they're an
Okay.
eyesore.
They're sad. We
Yeah.
we had to
Yeah,
put
they're
those in
terrible.
there for Nana. Those are sad.
I know they are sad, and I'm not ready for that. That
Yeah.
kind
You're
of
gonna have to
thing.
just call
Right.
them in a couple of
Well,
years.
it sounds like you have the square footage to put a bench in when necessary.
I'd put a park bench in there before I'd put
There you go.
a bench that's made for a shower. I mean,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
A park bench?
Yeah,
A
I
grounded park
I want a
bench.
full-size park bench in my shower with a fake pigeon standing on
Oh,
it.
that'd be lovely.
Give me the park ambiance when I'm taking a shower.
What?
Yeah.
a waterproof Herald to
You're
open.
eating a sandwich in the
Right.
park on a bench, a
Yeah.
pigeon flies by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
that's-
a stranger's
we've all
there
been
every once
there.
in a while
Right.
that you could just meet and make a new friend.
That's right. I'm going to start eating sandwiches in the shower. They get soggy, but you can eat them quicker that way. It's like a hot dog eating contest. Fraudulent. They soak the bun. That's not, you're not eating a hot dog if the bun is soaked and you're eating it separate from the dog itself. The famous hot dog eater
Kobayashi.
who
Joey
wins it.
Chestnut.
I
I
was
wanted him
thinking
to try to find it.
Chestnut.
Chestnut is the
Yeah,
guy I'm
yeah.
thinking of, Joe Chestnut. He's
Joey.
a fraud.
No one calls him Joe.
I mean,
He's a fraud.
Unless you're eating a hot dog as it's meant to be eaten,
Yeah.
with an intact bun, a little bit of mustard, you're not eating a hot dog.
Or do it in the shower, then it's okay because it's not, it gets wet because you're in the shower,
Yeah,
not
that-
because you're cheating.
right, exactly.
You have some hot takes today. Joe Chestnut's a
Oh,
fraud.
he's on fire.
He called,
Joseph.
he called
Joseph
Connor
Chestnut.
McDavid overrated before the show.
What
Yeah.
the hell was that, Greg?
Yeah, no, I
love it.
Roy, let me explain it to you. And not that you know more about hockey
And this
than
is
I do.
coming from a guy that's watched Connor play 6 times.
Right.
If that. No, look. I looked up all
I
his.
love you.
I looked up all his stats. I know how great he is in terms of numbers. My attitude is they're hollow numbers. Okay, he's been in the league a long time, 9 years. This is his 9th year. They haven't won anything with him. Okay, if he's going to be the next Wayne Gretzky. How about you should be raising a few cups. Wayne Gretzky took like 5 years in Edmonton to win 4 Stanley Cups. This guy comes in as the next Wayne Gretzky. His nicknames include the Chosen One and McJesus, okay? He's a great player. He scores a lot of goals. He scores a ton of assists, but it hasn't translated to making Edmonton a powerhouse in the league.
They're in the final.
They
It's
are
a
this
team
year.
sport.
I
Like, if you're going to blame anybody, blame the front office. They don't have good goaltending. But
Okay.
Skinner was good during the conference final.
Roy, if you're the next
Leading up to
Wayne
it.
Gretzky, if you're the best player in the world, you should make the Stanley Cup.
Which
I mean,
he just
he
did.
just did, yes.
first
But
time.
to Greg's point, it took him 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, for the first time. It had only made the West Finals one time previously in 9 years. So
I think Gretzky's first or second year, Roy, with the Oilers, the Islanders had won 4 straight. They were, dry for 5, going for a 5th straight. And they lost. So the 4th Stanley Cup, they beat Edmonton. But everyone knew that Gretzky was coming. The next year, the Oilers played the Islanders again. Islanders going for 5 straight. Oilers beat them. I think they swept them. And then Wayne Gretzky was off and running. That's what Greg is saying.
And when I say Connor McDavid is overrated, the only thing I mean is this is a guy with such hype that he needs a Stanley Cup win to catch up to that hype. Right now, he hasn't done it. I'm not saying his career has been a disappointment, but he hasn't gotten the Oilers to where they probably expected to be in their 9th year with McJesus. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, understandable, but he is a Hall of Famer.
For sure.
What's your nickname for him?
Overrated. Which not a great nickname, I admit. I mean, it doesn't roll off
That's
the
weird.
tongue.
Mine
David.
is Joe Chestnut for some reason.
Should we put that on the
Joe
poll? maybe?
Chestnut, isn't that his
Who's
name?
more overrated, Joe Chestnut or Connor McOverrated?
Yes, put it on the bowl.
Joe Chestnut. I thought that was his name.
What do you make of Kobayashi retiring? Said his body hurt.
No, he said he no longer has hunger.
He's not going to eat another hot dog in his life, that guy, and I can't blame him. Imagine that. I like
Hot
a
dogs are
dog.
good as one
Yeah.
or two.
I can eat two.
Two.
I can eat
Two,
two
yeah.
if they're plain.
Yes.
My wife
Plain.
puts chili and cheese and everything, onions. I don't do any of that.
Right.
A little drizzle of, and the drizzle of mustard needs to be artful. I like to go like this.
Swirled.
You know,
You're not a
yeah,
straight
a
line
little-
kind of guy.
No,
You're-
squigglies, yeah,
No,
up
I go
and down,
straight line.
waves.
Yeah,
Straight line
yeah.
down.
You
Two
like
straight
some
lines
waves.
back and
Waves.
forth.
No, don't. I know PTSD there, Tony, with the waves, but you need waves.
Yeah,
of
you don't want a
mustard.
straight
Chris,
line.
you're a Mondrian. Greg, you're a Matisse.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
It's got to be spicy too, right?
No, I like
You like French's
classic
mustard?
yellow mustard. I don't like
I'm a
Gouldens.
spicy brown kind of guy.
No,
Oh, man,
not on a
Gouldens.
hot dog.
Nope.
Oh, and then you have one other seasoning that you throw on there.
It's a must. Celery salt.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
That's
about
on the Chicago dog, the celery salt.
It's a must.
Too much happening on the Chicago dog.
We were just talking about this
I
on
agree.
Mystery
Overrated, the
Crate
Chicago
last
dog.
week because Billy had a couple hot dogs and was in tummy ache city.
Yeah, I had two hot dogs.
No,
But
get the ketchup out of there.
7-Eleven?
No.
I have an update for everyone. Yesterday,
Yeah.
for the first time,
What happened?
I had Chipotle.
Ooh.
You've never had Chipotle before?
Wait,
No.
did you give him the
Did
nod?
you do the nod?
I Uber Eats did. Yeah, so no nod. Yeah.
You should have put that in the notes on Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Give him the
Ju-
nod.
I just
should have
put
a
it in
di-
notes, nod.
Or a digital, yeah.
They
Digital.
rip you off when you do takeout, by the way.
Really?
Just letting you guys know that.
So,
you gotta
Billy-
you gotta show up and have your presence felt at the Chipotle.
How was it?
Because if not,
Put the pressure on?
they're sitting there like, oh, this guy
Tony's
wants
doing the
chicken.
nod.
They want chicken. Great, I'm gonna give you 4 pieces of chicken. Good luck, buddy.
So, good?
Yeah, a little spicy.
Yeah, that's
A
what my
little
wife
spicy.
says.
That's perfect.
It is
My
spicy.
wife says it's too. I
Yes.
love it, but my wife claims. The
But
same
it's
thing.
spicy. It is.
It's just got a kick. It's just seasoned.
yeah.
I don't think it's spicy at
It's
all.
just
Yes,
seasoned.
It
Yeah.
just has seasoning.
No, it's spicy.
It's
It
not-
is.
If you get the spicy sauce, yeah, like the spicy
Nah,
red
that
salsa.
carne asada is spicy, I think.
My wife thinks the chicken's spicy.
What?
I know. I disagree with her.
Yeah, chicken's dull. Needs help.
We'll get to the fancy young lad in a second. He is doesn't look like a bathtub. I have no idea where he is. He's got his Rangers sweater on. He was devastated the other night. He's been a Ranger fan for 5 minutes. We'll get to him in just a second. But Greg was asking about the Chipotle CEO. We played this video yesterday. He had a message for all the people who love this great establishment.
First, I can tell you the portions have not gotten smaller. One of the things I think it's great about Chipotle is if you come into the restaurant and you want a little more rice or you want a little more pico, all you got to do is kind of like, and usually our guys and women give them a little more scoop.
It's a little nod.
That's false.
He said later in that video that it's not protein, by the way. The nod only works for non-protein, which is, who wants more? I don't need more guac, all right? I already have a mountain of this guac you put up here.
It's for the stuff that doesn't cost them a lot of money.
Yes,
right.
exactly. Yeah, they don't give you more meat. They laugh at you. Nod.
Would you ever walk into a place and just nod and and expect them to know what it is you're nodding for?
No. Why should that shouldn't work in any restaurant, right?
I agree.
Why are you complaining about it? He's basically saying you can have more if you guys want.
Because it's bullshit. That's why.
It's bullshit. No, it's not.
But that's the case in any restaurant you go to. When I'm going into just to name a restaurant at random, when I'm going into a Char Hut, if I want more onion, instead of nodding, I say, could I get a few more onions, please?
That place is so good. I just had it the other day.
Yeah.
Char Hut.
Diced onions.
Damn right.
So good.
Oh, those straw onion rings?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I think there's a Char Hut in Sunrise, which should be, I think, along with the Quarterdeck and Ed Morse, of course, should be on the parade route for the Florida Panthers. I mean, and La Bamba, Whittingham's favorite place on the planet. I mean, so Whitty, you're not in a bathtub. Where are you? It looks like a gym shower.
So I don't have a bathtub in my apartment in Connecticut. So I'm in my shower. It is a tub-like white. Is it porcelain? I don't even know what material this is. It's how I bathe / shower in the morning. So I'm here. Here I am. I'm doing it.
Wow. Right. With a jersey on when you shower?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, okay.
Usually. Trying to scrub around it, you know.
Okay. Are you sitting down? Do you have a bench in your shower?
I am sitting down. I'm on my bare bottom and I'm balancing my laptop on my knees.
Bare bottom.
Bare bottom.
Bare bottom.
Pooh Bear situation, huh?
Yeah. I figured you guys wanted me to be in a bathtub, so I figured I'd take the pants off so that, you know, I'd at least live up to at least part of this bit.
You're cheeked up right now?
I don't believe him. Show me the penis.
Yeah. I don't believe me.
Do you have your ring light in there?
No, I do not. I just have my lights on. It's pretty bright in here, so I'm good. I'm well lit.
Chris Whittingham is a fancy lad.
How did I fancy lad there? What did I do?
We just have the sound and we want to
bragging
play.
about your life.
Yeah, to break it out. Yeah.
I'd rather his shirt be off, Greg, and his pants be on, to be honest with you.
No, that would be
Right?
the natural order of things, you would think, you know, for photographically and visually.
When does your Oilers jersey arrive?
Oh,
It's currently caught in business shipping, so we're in 1 to 4 business days.
Whitty,
It'll arrive.
I wanted to give you another chance to just we're here for you. We forgive you. It's okay.
No, I don't.
It was a fun bit.
I don't forgive
No,
him.
no.
You know what? No,
Roy is reflective of the correct view, in my opinion.
Yes.
No,
Only-
I am not welcome back. I don't want to be welcome back.
Correct. Chris,
worst.
what are you doing? Because only Roy and Walter Katz have the authority to allow a Panther fan back. That's it.
This guy's been a Panthers fan for years. Like I thought it was a fun bit. Like I just see the darkness and the sadness in your eyes, dude. You're allowed to come back. Like it's okay. You don't need to be scared.
You got caught up in the moment.
Everyone
it
will
was
be
the Mecca. It's what happened.
People might say they don't want you back, but we'll take you back, man. I'm here for you if you want to come back.
But the thing is that the darkness and the sadness is like what has made this experience for me. I have been ripped up and down on social media. I have been ripped up and down on this program. I have been destroyed by several group chats of my friends. My friends hate me.
Yeah.
I didn't do all of that to then at the final hurdle be like, you know what? I'm rooting for the Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. No, I'm rooting for your misery. I'm rooting for you to be inflicted what has been afflicted upon me for several years now. I don't want you to be happy.
Your choice.
I don't.
You chose this. No one made you do this.
I know. And you know what? The choice has not gone well for me. However,
Thank you.
However, let's not see this end in a championship because my God, it would be terrible. It
Who
would be the
won the
worst thing
trade?
that had ever happened in my life.
Who won the trade between Calgary and Florida?
Not the team that didn't make the playoffs.
How many goals did Matthew Tkachuk score in the Eastern Conference Final? Was it a whole one? Was it a whole one?
Who's
One
Chris?
goal?
Who's playing
He
in the
made
Stanley
the
Cup?
Eastern
Playoffs?
Conference Final.
He made the cup.
Jonathan Huberdeau did not. He didn't even make the playoffs.
Sam Reinhart and Sam Bennett and Alexander Barkov and Gustav Forsling and Sergei Bobrovsky, they made the Stanley Cup Final.
Deep team,
They were
unlike the Rangers.
carrying a passenger, making more money than everybody else. He only scored the one goal in the Eastern Conference Final.
As opposed to the
Embarrassing
New York
performance from
Rangers.
him.
The Rangers got like one goal out of their so-called big three, and they didn't have the depth to make up for it, unlike the Panthers.
That's correct. That is correct. And fair play to the Panthers for building a very good team. Defensively, I don't like it. It's not my kind of hockey, but they play great hockey.
Kind of hockey.
It's not my kind of hockey. I don't like to watch.
What
it.
is
It's
your kind of
terrible.
hockey? What is
Losing
it?
My kind of
hockey.
is where you try and score goals and pass the puck.
Yeah,
Right.
how the
Passing the
Rangers
puck.
do
What
it,
a
yeah.
concept.
Like soccer. Yeah.
Right, exactly. That honestly, like,
They
to
do
be
pass
fair, like 2 years ago, what I liked about the Panthers, they kind of played soccer on ice.
Right.
Now they play like rugby on ice. It's terrible.
Listen, Whittingham is consistent. Like he said this about the Dolphins as well. He wants his team to be exciting. He doesn't care if they win. He just wants them to be exciting.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, most sports fans prefer winning to aesthetics. But like you said, I am very consistent about this. I would not want my soccer team to try and not play with the ball. I would not want my NFL team to not try and score 31 points. And I would like to see my hockey team like string 3 passes together. That's my desired outcome, and the Florida Panthers don't seem terribly intent on doing that.
I wish the
So I
shower-
didn't like it. I didn't like it
Seen
from
the
day
power
one.
play? Seriously? They passed the puck, Chris.
No, they don't.
Oh.
They don't.
I wish that shower
And
would turn on right now.
So frustrating.
Whittingham, how crushed were you? Like, you're
Oh,
listen,
God, it
you're the
was
biggest
terrible.
Ranger fan I know. So
Hey, he's not crushed. Doesn't give a shit.
No,
about the Rangers.
it was really bad. So Saturday, on top of the Rangers playing, it was the Champions League final. And if you like Real Madrid, you have no soul. And so Real Madrid in the first 60 minutes were horrendous. Borussia Dortmund should have scored a goal, but Real Madrid do a Real Madrid thing. And like every sporting interest I had on Saturday went wrong. And so I've actually decided to not watch Panthers games anymore because they make me miserable. And so I'm just like, I'm following the score notifications that I get in. And I'm just like, and every time it like comes up on my Apple Watch, I look down and I go, please, dear God. And then it doesn't go my way. And it's just terrible. And I was, you know what? I was alone in my hotel room in Philadelphia on Saturday night, watching all my friends have fun and watching all my friends tell me to go bleep myself. And I was very unhappy. So that was my experience watching the Panthers on Saturday.
Great,
It was
great.
And you're
Good.
doubling down.
unhappy. Yep, doubling down. Come on, the Oilers, which apparently is like a whole thing. Okay, this was a thing yesterday.
Hey,
How-
yo.
like
come on,
come
Oilers.
on, blank.
Right.
Come on, like, let's go blank.
Maybe
like,
a comma?
It doesn't require a comma. No, there's no commas. You don't say a comma. You don't say, let's go, comma, Panthers. You just say, let's go, Panthers. There's no comma.
But when you're saying "come on," just throw that.
You don't say come on the Oilers, though. I
You
mean,
do.
No, you say, come on, Oilers.
Oh,
Right.
we will.
No, usually it's go Oilers go up there.
No one
is it
says
really?
let's go
Okay,
the Oilers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go the Oilers?
no one says that.
Come on, the lads. Let's go.
What?
That sounds worse.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not worse. It's not worse. It's not. I don't understand where you guys have gotten this idea. Also, the perverted mind of America ruining a very basic word that we use in a lot of different contexts. I don't understand how that happened either.
You're deflecting.
I am deflecting.
Which word?
I can't even say it because now it's like if I just use a very basic 4-letter word that is a verb to describe about 15 different things.
Come on,
Somehow
Stugotz.
that's like me being gross.
Say it, Woody.
Say it.
Say it.
Come on, the Oilers.
Try that in like cheer form. It's very wordy. Come on, the Oilers. Come on, the Oilers.
Can we spend the last minute of this talking about Chipotle? Where did everyone get complaints about Chipotle from?
Deflecting.
I don't understand how people go to Chipotle. I mean, you used to get a burrito from there and you couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
You couldn't bite it. Like it was way too wide.
They
Ridiculous.
needed.
And so-
You could argue they needed to be smaller.
Oh, they absolutely needed to downsize. You would get a to-go thing. It's like I need 3 people to go to go through this.
Heavy bag.
This is not a portion size for one person. This is ugly Americans being like, I want more food for my money. More. 2.5 portion sizes. No, you get the amount of food they give you now is the amount of food they should have been giving you in the first place.
Have you guys ever gotten the double tortilla because your burrito was too big?
Have I?
I'm a tortilla on the side guy.
Oh, with the bowl?
Now they charge for it, right?
They charge now?
Yeah. Okay, it's like 65 cents.
Yeah, but
Come
it
on.
used to be free.
Yeah.
You used to just say, can I have a
Okay.
tortilla
It
on
was
the
America,
side?
Jack.
You'd make your own little burrito on the side, and then you'd eat the rest of
a
it
little
in your
side
bowl.
burrito?
The side burrito was chef's kiss.
Cerrito.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't get to do that?
You don't.
Not wearing that shirt.
All right, we're going to give you one more opportunity here. Do you want to come back and be a Florida Panthers fan? It's up to
Come on.
Roy. It's up to Roy. You can beg and plead your case, and Roy will decide. Do you want it or not?
How funny it would be if I just said, yeah, can you let me back in?
Dude, you're welcome.
No.
You have to admit the trade worked for Florida.
I am
first.
the
That's a
world's
prerequisite.
biggest Oilers fan. By the way, I had no idea how far away Edmonton was. Why is there a team there? They're so far away from everybody. It's like 7.5 hours to get there from New York. I was looking at a flight to root on my beloved Edmonton Oilers. I've been a lifelong fan.
Get out of
And it's
here.
like it's 7.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Greg, are you going to go for the Herald?
Hell no. No. I'm actively campaigning not to go.
Whitty, on the way out here, just come on the Panthers one time for me on the way out.
No, I'm not saying that. I can't say
Come
that.
Come on them.
No.
So dumb.
Traitor.
Yeah, Whitty. Do you feel good about this? Do you feel good about this? Is the last question.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I have been
you
miserable every day around hockey for 2 years, but
You deserve
that
it.
doesn't mean I'm going to stop now.
Turn the shower on right now, you coward.
Yep. Turn it on.
Turn it
not
on.
gonna do that. I'm
Siri,
not gonna
turn
do
on
it.
his shower.
He has his laptop in there.
Yeah, the bet is not fulfilled.
You
unless we
want
see
me to
the
get
shower.
water all over my laptop? I got to work
Alexa,
later
turn
today.
on my shower.
Come
Really
on, the
hot.
Whitty. I mean,
Screw you.
love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Hey, everybody, it's a Shootout Showdown. And to explain the rules, I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Chris Cote.
All right. He's going to say shit, and we're going to say shit, and then there will be a winner at the end.
But it's shootout rules.
Yeah.
You ever watch, like, the World Cup?
Yeah.
Penalty shootouts?
Back and forth. Who can do better?
Yeah. A little game of Tommy Topper.
Mano y mano.
The category is top 10 pitchers with the most strikeouts in the 90s.
Pitchers with the most
Love it.
strikeouts in the 90s.
Easy.
Well, going first is a real advantage here.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah, got this.
Yeah?
I have one in my brain.
All right, me too. Randy Johnson.
Pedro Martinez. Who? Wait,
Wow.
this is top 10, so?
Oh, boy.
Wow, I was confident about that.
Okay.
Wait, 90s. All right, get your brain back to the 90s.
Okay.
God, I'm such a thousands kid. God damn it.
Roger Clemens.
Wow, you just got the top.
90s?
I'm already, like, stalling. 90s pitchers. Great pitcher from the 90s. Love this guy. Greg Maddux. Whew. I went
He
to
had
the
an
Braves.
injury, but I think it was after the 90s. I'm going to go John Smoltz.
this just begs how do you not? This next guy wasn't the third guy on their staff wasn't really a strikeout guy though. All right, I'm gonna move over to. Wow, this is hard. It's not that hard, but it's a little hard. I am gonna go Tom Glavine. You just think that off the top of your head?
All right, now's no doubt when it gets tougher.
This is, I feel like we're showing our ass here. I feel like there's a lot of names. I'm just like not. I wish
Can I get Mike Fountains? What is this?
I wish you would have told me this.
Stop giving hints. Just be quiet.
I wish I knew about this yesterday so I could have come in prepared.
So I could have Googled it beforehand. Mike Mussina? No.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go with a classic, a legend, as I fill and try to think of names from the '90s because I'm more of a 2000s guy. I'm gonna go with Mike Mussina. Oh, he just said that?
Steve Martin also?
I'm thinking of names. You guys are listening to him. I'm not listening to him. I'm not. I'm trying to think of names.
I think I won, right? I could win.
Why? This is stupid.
That was unbelievable.
I'm not listening to you. I'm trying to think of names.
That was crazy. All right, 1990s.
Maybe that's why it was in my brain.
Top 10 in strikeouts for the win.
And if he doesn't get it, I win if I get it? Damn it.
Whew.
I'm going to think of one.
You know, he's pretty good in the 90s. No, I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to say Jack McDowell.
This is so bad because I know I just need to think of teams.
Jack McDowell was like my flyer guess. I had one that was better, but I knew that I was playing with a runway after the Mike Mussina incident of 2024.
All right, we're going to cut this. Just no one look at me for a little bit. There's no time on this. I can just take forever. How do I not think? This is bad. This is really bad.
Was Jack McDowell far off the list?
I'm going to go with... Doc Gooden.
No, he hadn't. So I win it.
What was your flyer name?
My flyer name was, I know he got a lot of strikeouts after the turn of the century,
see
but
the
Schilling
list.
was pretty good.
Schilling was number 9.
Yeah, so Schilling was
Oh,
the
Schilling!
David Cohn, number 3.
I
Yeah.
thought I almost.
I was
said
just
Schilling.
scanning the good teams of that era.
I almost said Schilling. Oh, why did I not say?
Finley, number 5. Andy Bennis, number 7.
Okay, good.
Andy Bennis.
Never would have got those.
Andy
Kevin Brown. I
Bennis
would've
is on
got.
that list?
Kevin Brown and Schilling.
Kevin Brown and Kurt. You would have got there eventually.
Yeah.
Kurt Schilling actually went in my brain, but I thought he was a thousands. Like I was thinking he was a 2000s guy. How'd this go? Good. At least I created a moment with the Mussina thing. You're welcome for that.
Hey, everybody, it's a Shootout Showdown. And to explain the
I just thought it was funny.
I'm telling
Lights
you,
are hot.
I am
Let's
sitting
go,
in
Greg.
between Greg and Chris Cote, and I'm in heaven. I mean, I really am. Headsets on, Greg.
That segment just started with you saying, I just thought it was funny.
Okay.
No one knows
Well,
what you're
I
talking
did,
about.
but,
I'm not sure if you should say what you thought was funny. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
He's making fun of me
Okay.
for how I acted at my daughter's kindergarten graduation, and it is the least controversial thing ever. When my daughter was called, while a video's going on, I'm like, yeah. That's it. I
Okay.
just like that. It wasn't louder than that. It wasn't any other
You're
words.
a woo family.
No, every parent, when it's their
Exactly.
kid,
Yep.
you give a little something extra for your person.
Yeah.
Everyone did it in that place.
I disagree with that. I believe in parental decorum. I think you have to keep an even keel. I believe in polite golf-like applause.
Coming from the guy who, when I was a baseball player, had a look at me, Louie. Let's go, Christopher. Christopher. My friend Jess to this day still says, "Hey, what's up, Christopher?"
Okay, the problem with you going.
I
Was
do,
that-
Christopher.
My friend
Was that just for you, or did he do it for all the kids?
He didn't
Like-
call anyone else Christopher.
Okay.
Let's go, Christopher. Far.
But he always emphasized it was like a very everyone knew his
Well, like,
call
what if
for me.
Matthew came up? Was it?
It
No.
was nothing.
Matthew?
No.
Right, he
No.
did exactly what I did, which was just for his kid, give
Right.
a little something
Let's go,
extra.
Christopher.
I don't understand this relationship. Do you want your father not to love you?
No, he's criticizing me for how I
Well,
reacted
parental
to my daughter.
decorum. There's
For
a
loving
difference between a
Graceland too
baseball
much.
game and a graduation.
Okay, exactly. Okay.
Greg gets me.
Okay, at a kindergarten graduation, if you're going, yeah, then the next dad wants to out-parent you and
No.
Right.
out-love you,
Equal parent.
and he's going, woo!
Well,
and
hold
then-
on. Did the next parent indeed try to outparent you?
We're sending Billy the audio to his email. I've sent in the audio, so he should have it soon.
In Christopher's defense, my bad. That's what I always call him.
Yeah.
If the parent in front of you is wooing and then you don't woo for Graceland, she's gonna have her feelings hurt. So you
Zagak.
have to the first
No.
parent sets the tone.
No,
for
but to Greg's
graduation.
point, the first parent let out whatever they let out, and Christopher tried to outdo that parent, and then the next parent tried to outdo Christopher.
Because my
Right.
daughter is hearing 50 kids before her get wooed. And then she gets her name called, and what if she just hears nothing?
A golf clap.
I'm telling you, by the 30th kid, I am mailing in this clap. That's the thing that's more interesting to me. Like, everyone's giving their kid the woo. It's what do you give the other 104 kids?
Not everybody
Because
gave
by
a woo.
kid 32, I'm I'm barely making a noise with this clap.
Not
like,
every
I am
parent
just,
woos.
You're saying some parents were silent when their
Some
kid was
parents
called?
Oh, you
have
left
polite
early.
applause.
You left
Right.
early.
I
What do
had
you
to
know?
leave
Act
early.
like you've been there before?
Yeah,
That's
I had an
the
important doctor
This guy
appointment.
snuck out the back door like 20 minutes into the ceremony.
Yeah,
Didn't even
yeah.
see his the woo that I did for my daughter. You weren't even there for.
I know, but I heard
You
it on
missed the
tape.
woo, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
I would have cringed.
Chrissy woo.
Yeah.
No, you don't woo.
Yes, you do. Everyone woo. It's the most. It's such an odd thing to make fun of.
Because
didn't woo.
It metastasizes.
You don't give her. You didn't give Claire a woo.
No, I had my phone in my hand. I didn't. I was usually I clap, but I didn't give a woo in this
Wow.
situation.
No, you can't woo. Because
A
then
need wooed.
the
What's
sound
the
of your
phone in
own
the hand have to do?
I guarantee you a need wooed.
Yeah, she wooed.
Yeah,
You can
someone in the
still
fam-
woo.
someone
Used
in
to
the
woo
family's
both
got a
of us.
woo.
You can woo with a phone in your hand.
Right.
Seriously, I did.
Right?
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
you
but
record yourself wooing. It's
I'm not
weird.
a wooer though.
This is a Three America situation because in Hispanic families, the entire family's
That's
cheering,
oh.
applauding. Ese mijo! Woo!
No, there are a lot of
happens.
Hispanic kids at this school. I was probably not in the top 30 in terms of there were plenty of people where the whole family went crazy.
I know, and then you're drowning out the announcement of the next kid.
No, everyone was very respectful.
Yeah.
That's
3,
why you
4
just
seconds.
do get in and out with a quick woo.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're talking kindergarten graduation
Yeah.
here. If you're
How do we feel
if you're
about that, by the
wooing
way?
at like a kindergarten graduation.
I mean, seriously, do it in high school.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So you think afterward your daughter says to you, "Daddy, why didn't you woo?"
No, she heard me woo.
I know, but if you didn't, you think she would actually say, "Why didn't you woo?"
I think she'd question, where were you? Like, I didn't hear you. Whereas she heard my woo.
Okay.
I think she'd be upset if
Your wife
everyone
didn't
else
woo.
A through B
Everyone got a
got
woo.
woos and then
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
I'm not
Mom
saying.
didn't woo?
Yeah, the wife didn't
My
woo.
wife was crying.
Uh-oh.
She was emotional.
Well, you cry
your
loudly.
woo?
If you're gonna cry, cry loudly.
Yeah, she was boo-hooing.
Okay, you want your daughter on stage to hear you crying, so cry loudly.
What?
Weep loudly.
I understand
To be
you
heard.
wanting your daughter to hear something from you. I
So
get that.
You think my daughter would rather hear me going, yeah, like just loudly
Probably.
crying?
Everybody woos.
Do you have my woo, Billy? Tony's top 5.
It's a heck of a woo.
Oh man, I'm telling you though, there's nothing crazy about my woo.
I'm just saying it's a common woo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You got to up your woo game.
If you're going to judge woos, you got to stay for the whole ceremony.
I know.
All right?
You're right. I had a doctor appointment.
I think Billy has the sound now.
Graceland Cody.
Yeah! See, he didn't even woo. He said yeah.
Yeah!
It was a short woo and a yeah.
I think the woo is someone else.
Who's the woo from?
Yeah, the woo's somebody else.
So I think you heard the woo and then had to outdo the woo is what you did.
Well, we were sitting with other parent friends of ours, so it
Right.
might have been like the dad of like one of my friends. So like we all kind of like I
Suck it
cheered
up to you?
I cheered for
Right.
her kid. Like we kind of you scratch your friend's
What,
back.
what ranks higher, the woo or the yeah?
I think the yeah. 'Cause
Yeah?
I did it, so I'm gonna defend it.
Wow.
Let's hear it again real quick.
Graceland Cody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the woo until he let
There
out a
is
yeah.
nothing mock-worthy there. That is just a parent celebrating their child.
I have to give you credit. You did the 2-syllable woo. Yeah. You did the 2-syllable yeah.
Yeah.
Which is big. No, that's good. Yeah, like that. No, that's good. That was good.
Saving 3 syllables till 8th grade graduation.
Nothing I did wrong there.
No, you didn't. I'm just kidding you.
You know who's a big woo family,
Rip.
Stugotz? The Golics.
Oh, yeah.
Sid and I
I'm
both
certain.
graduated together
Yes.
from the same college at Notre Dame.
Right.
And when my name was called, nothing. Like a little clap from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
The Sid, oh my God. Every Golic in the state of Indiana
Stood
stood
up.
up and cheered.
I'm sure.
And they're loud.
But according to Greg, your family did it right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they should-
decorum.
little golf clap.
Were they
Parental
weeping?
decorum.
If your family was weeping, then they did it right. You want people loudly weeping.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes they will say, like, please hold your applause till the end. They'll tell
Thank
you,
you.
don't cause a scene. Did they
Yeah.
do that before?
there was no announcement like that. No.
Yeah. Should have been.
You don't want rules with your kid. Like,
No.
you'll decide when you want to cheer for your kid.
Everyone was real respectful. I think if somebody was over cheering and then a name wasn't heard, that's when you
Yeah.
come in with the announcement. But
Yeah.
I feel everyone was just in and out with the cheer. It was respectable.
I'm half kidding. If I was there at the end, I
I'd
might
be like, Grace Lit!
I might have wooed. No, I might have
Definitely
wooed.
would have.
Yeah.
You would have gone, whoop, whoop.
I'm not a.
You have a
Yeah,
distinct.
that's
go,
true.
What do you do? Like it's the.
He would have tried to outdo you.
He has a
Like a
distinct.
bird.
I might have done that.
You would have done that.
Yeah, that would have been
What do you mean
weird.
you might have done that?
Slide whistle.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Randy Moller is going to join us to talk Panthers in a second. Roy, I was upset not to see you yesterday. There are precious times in the 20 years that we've known each other where I have to see Roy the next day. And because the Panthers haven't done a lot of winning, there haven't been many days where I have to see Roy today. I didn't see you yesterday. I was upset by it. What does this mean to you, Roy? Because I said yesterday there are 2 people that have the right to feel good about this. One is Roy. The other one is Walter Katz. Now, let me explain Walter Katz for a second.
You did this yesterday. No one cares about Walter Katz.
I just want to explain who
Respectfully.
he is. I just want to
You
explain
did
who he
yesterday.
is.
No one cares
Walter
about your
Katz
friend.
represents about 1,200 to 1,500 fans who have been there every single game. That's who Walter is, okay? So Walter and those 1,200 fans, they have a right to be happy, okay? As does Roy. So Roy, emotionally, put us there. You're going to the Stanley Cup. You're 4 games away from winning your first Stanley Cup. What were you feeling?
I told you so is basically what I was feeling. I mean, this is exactly what I expected these playoffs to go. Like, I expect them to.
You were confident all the way through, Roy.
Yeah, the entire way through.
Can you be a cocky Panthers fan headed into the Stanley Cup final?
No. In 30 years of this team's existence, there's pretty much no reason for
Earlier
there
you
to
said
be a
you wanted to
cocky fan.
spot the other team 2 wins. That's crazy.
No, I said no on that. I said no with that. No, that was you, buddy. That was not me. But over the 30 years of this existence, like, they've been to the playoffs 5 straight times. Prior to that,
Has it been 5 straight?
yeah, it's been 5 straight times. Prior to that, it was 5 within the first 25 years.
Right.
You know, this is the third time they're going to the Stanley Cup final. This is back-to-back. So, Jack.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still not used to this. I'm not used to this success. And quite frankly, I'm pretty happy
Success
right
is when you close the deal. You know what I mean?
now. No. Right
You're
now,
treading
for
with
this
Buffalo
franchise,
Bills territory
for
here.
this franchise right now, this is success.
Sounds like you want to come on the Panthers.
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
I'm not gonna do that joke anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Billy, they're 3 cups away, consecutive cups away from being the Bills.
That's what I'm saying. They're not
Right.
even the Bills at this point.
3 consecutive Eastern Conference championships from them to
You
be
would,
the Bills.
you would
basically,
take
right?
that, of course, yes.
Well, right now I'll take a Stanley Cup at this point. They need to.
I'm just saying you would take what the Bills – like people make fun of the Bills. They're like a punchline, but any team would take that. Making it to the championship game, the Jets.
Not any team.
You
You're
don't think-
naming a bad team.
Wait, time out. You don't think any team would take making it to the finals 4 straight times?
No.
Any fan base?
No, I'm kind of with
you gotta
Stugotz on
win.
this.
You got to win.
I'm kind of I'm just happy to be here. I think that it's our conference, regardless of what happens here. I know it's a loser's mentality, and it maybe speaks to, like, Roy's been in this game longer than I have with the Panthers, so I'm kind of just, like, new money in here, just enjoying this. To me, this is fun. I'm having fun going to all the games, being a season ticket holder, so I'm kind of good. I know that's a shitty thing to say. Like, I won't be that upset if we lose this series. I'm going to be happy knowing that it's our Eastern Conference 2 years in a row, regardless. So it does feel a little like house money to me. I know that's a terrible loser's mentality.
Well, I'm not saying I represent most Panthers fans, but for me, you need to win the Stanley Cup this time because for a number of reasons. You have home ice. You're the betting favorite. Paul Maurice,
deeper team.
Deeper team. I give Paul Maurice credit. He's not shy about saying flatly, "We reached the final last year. We're better this year. We're decidedly better. They're
Healthier.
deeper. They're healthier. They're
that's the main thing. They are much healthier than
much
they were
healthier.
last
The
season.
penalty kill is better.
They were an 8 seed a year ago. I mean,
Right. So for me, I'm not saying it's going to be a raging disappointment if they don't win, but they should win. They need to win.
I'm just talking about the overall premise of would you want your team, even if they lost all 4 of them, to do what the Bills did, which is go to 4 Super Bowls and lose. But I'm with, like, the Panthers have to win it this year. They do have to win it this year.
Well, you just said the opposite.
No, I'm saying I would take 4 straight
So would I.
championships losing
So
that.
would I.
As a Jets fan.
So would I.
Roy,
if
any
we
of
could-
my
If you
teams.
could guarantee right now that we're going to be where we're at right now the next 2 following seasons, I guess if you say we're not winning any of them, that
If you're
it's
not
a
winning
weird,
any
it's
of
a
them,
weird
then no.
question to ask.
No.
You have the best team in hockey. You're playing Edmonton. You have home ice advantage. This is the best chance you've ever had of winning a Stanley Cup.
Oh,
They got to win.
I love it.
They have to win this one.
There you go.
And they are equipped to do so.
Yes, they are.
But if they don't, then what?
Well, then we're going to have to do it again next year.
There are some, not that we want to have them right now, there are some interesting decisions this team has in the offseason with Montour.
But Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt. Like, it's going to be interesting. And to that point, I don't know if the roster will be as deep next year. So, I'm so excited.
Now or never, then, you're saying.
If not now, when?
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm. I love Chucky, by the way.
Yeah.
What I love most about him is he really promotes hockey in South Florida. He makes it seem like a dream destination for other free agents to come down here. He's always talking about how great it is down here. The weather's great. The organization's great. No state tax. He is constantly selling the Florida Panthers.
He got here kind of after the fan base had kind of been galvanized and excited about this team. Like, we were the President's Cup trophy winner, and then we got
President's
him.
Trophy.
What did I say?
President's Cup trophy.
We were that winner, and then we got him. So I feel like the fan base was kind of
In
excited.
a controversial trade, right?
He didn't see any of the sad Panther times. Like, when he was here, we were already kind of, the crowds were decent. So it's like, it's been an easy existence for him here. We've been good the entire time he's been here.
And playing in Calgary before he was traded, he has experience playing against the Oilers. So, you know, that's gonna be
I saw like a minute
interesting.
montage of him going at it with Oilers as the Calgary. Oh, dude, there was some intense moments.
Oh, yeah. He got jumped by Cassian.
Yeah.
And he had the total, yeah.
Did that guy get suspended for that play? Because that was an insane beatdown that he put on Cote.
I don't think he got suspended for that play. But, yeah, that was crazy.
I'm just saying to have a guy of his caliber constantly talking about how great this organization is.
Yeah, you're right. He talks it up.
Yes. Yeah.
But why shouldn't he? The GM Zito is a GM of the Year finalist. Paul Maurice, second winningest coach of all time, and a delight to talk to from a media standpoint. They have it all. I mean, this is a complete team. I don't see a weakness in this team. Do you, Roy?
No. Like, and it's like they're playing the Rangers, but tenfold because they have Draisaitl and McDavid.
Is it fair to say that Edmonton has the 2 best players in the series?
They have basically the 2 best players in the world.
In the world.
Yeah.
Dreisaitl's number 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's good.
I knew he
He's
was like
really,
a top
really
10
good.
guy. I
He's
didn't
won
know he
2
was-
MVPs, right?
Yeah. He's really, really good. And, of course, McDavid's won 3 MVPs. So,
But this is interesting. How many are like the next like 4 or 5 guys
Think they
are
win
all
more.
Panthers? If we're doing a draft,
They're due, I think.
The Angels, I mean.
if we're drafting from these 2 teams though, it's McDavid, Draisaitl, and then a bunch of Panthers.
yeah. And
So it evens out there. The Panthers are a much deeper team.
yeah, and the Oilers, their defensive unit, they're not as good as the Panthers.
Who's their third best player?
Who's
Kane?
Evander Kane, yeah. Don't know Nurse.
I'm just like I feel like we
That's
got
the-
4 or 5
You're
guys.
saying if you were drafting both teams, you would take the 2 Oilers first, and then there would be like 10 Panthers after
I don't know
that.
about 10, but like at least 5.
It's kind
or
of like the
6.
Mavericks and Celtics,
Yeah.
right?
Barkov, Kachuk.
Reinhardt, Verhaeghe,
Right.
Bob. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
Bob
those guys
for
are all
sure.
going before Kane.
Oh, yeah, the goaltender situation is going to be
Forsling?
vast gap.
Yeah.
Forsling, there's like 6 or 7 guys.
Forsling for sure, especially if you're building for the future. He's so young, and Anton Lundell has really had a breakthrough postseason. They need Verhaeghe though. He was super quiet again in the Rangers series. I think if
He had a couple of power play
He's
goals.
allowed to have
Okay,
a
he
quiet
did.
series.
I know, but for me, Verhaeghe, we're waiting for. He's Mr. Playoff.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a lot of big goals, though.
He was
Yeah.
good in the Boston series. Like I wouldn't be critical of him so far
Right.
this playoffs.
Okay.
Sweep, Roy?
No. No, it's not.
Say
gonna
it,
be a-
Roy.
It's not going to be a sweep.
He
I
gave
say
away
the
2. He
Panthers.
said in 6.
Roy, you've been
Six,
the
yeah.
most confident Roy I've ever seen in my entire life, this entire run.
Yeah.
Are you going to cry?
No. I'm going to soak
You
it
said
all
that
in. but
quick.
I'm
I
not
feel like
gonna
you might
cry.
cry.
I think he's trying to fight the urge to cry.
Roy,
Tears
imagine
of
the
joy
cup. Imagine
from
the
Roy.
cup being lifted by
Yeah,
Barkey.
Lord Stanley.
You're hoisting the cup, Roy.
You would probably hoist
not
it at some
hoisting it.
point.
You'll be
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
ice. You know
hoist
you'll be
You'd
down there.
get it, yeah.
Yes, I am going to be on the
Would
ice,
you
but I'm not
touch
going to
it?
hoist it.
Kiss it.
Would you kiss the
He
cup?
would.
I mean, they're not going to give me the opportunity to do so.
How do
Evading the
you know?
question.
If you did, would you kiss
Right.
it?
Yeah, sure.
I've kissed
Damn,
it.
Open mouth?
I'm sorry. What was that, Jessica?
I drank out of the Stanley Cup once.
Yeah.
When the
with the Blackhawks?
when the Penguins won.
Nice.
Oh, when the Penguins.
Your other team.
A couple of domers on
Yeah.
it, and they brought
Yeah.
it to a tailgate, and I happened to be there drinking Natty Light.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
And I want you to have the same opportunity, Roy.
Yeah.
I have like a little bit of a premonition that the Panthers are going to win.
Wow.
Really?
Go
Yeah.
on.
And I don't often get these about sports, but
Yeah.
I felt it the night of the national championship game. I was like, Michigan is going to win this game.
Wow.
I am 1,000,000% confident.
Wow.
I put money on it.
Are you that confident about us?
I feel it. I don't know. If you have good vibes about
Stu
the
B
Panthers
did his
right
take
now.
yesterday. He said it yesterday, didn't you?
Sweep? Yes, I did.
I think in
Yes.
6.
Ooh.
In
It's
6?
six?
Wow, that's what Roy thought.
Someone say sweep. I mean, otherwise,
Why don't
I'm
you
gonna-
say sweep?
I'll take it.
Okay, there you go.
I own it. Panthers in 4. Unless we do that thing where we give Edmonton the 2 home games because no one wants to go there, and we come back 2-2, game 5 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, gentlemen, sweep.
Then we just have to go back for game 6.
Yeah, that'd
though.
still be 3 wins.
We want the
Yeah.
gentleman sweep here.
If you
Yeah,
give them 2
3-2,
wins, you
then we
can't
skip
win in-
game 6, come
yeah.
home, just play the home games.
Let them
Then
have
you
game
go
6
7
and then
then.
come back for 7, right?
Who doesn't want a 7th game, according to Dan?
I don't want a 7th game.
No, I don't.
Not this. Definitely not this time. No.
I don't
Chris
want it.
yesterday said,
Guys,
He
wouldn't
did say it.
Game
No.
7 be exciting?
It would. I would like. I'm not saying I want it. Like you can have 2 different. Like I want this to be an easy series. But if you tell me we get a game 7 in our barn, I just wanted to say barn again.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
But you're also fine with them losing the series, so.
no.
You
Why-
just said that. You said you'd fine if they lost.
That's true. I'm just
You
gonna
did
find
say
the
that.
perspective of we're still in, like I want them to win.
You'll
but
be
if
upset
we-
if they lose.
if we
Perspective
lose-
can get the hell out of here. I'm
Right.
so sick and tired of being told I need perspective.
You want
No.
reality?
No, I want fandom. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
want. I don't
Right.
want perspective.
Fans don't have perspective.
Oh, so great. We
Yeah.
lost, but we
Yeah.
got so close winning. Who gives a shit? You
Yeah.
lost.
No,
Right.
you lost.
Yeah,
Panthers
exactly
fans
right.
are allowed to be disappointed if they lose.
They're
this
also
series.
they're
Roy-
also allowed to be
Yes.
appreciative of being in the final 2 years in a row
No,
and
they're
having
not.
a really good team.
No,
Right.
no. The point is to win.
It's not about
win the
it-
cup.
guys. I'm in this.
The further you go,
to
the
me,
more it hurts.
Exactly
Like not to
right.
be that guy of like I'm a season
I'd
ticket
rather
holder.
not win Prince of Wales trophies. You know what I mean?
Like this is the long game. This is fun. I'm enjoying watching this team. That matters. If we don't end up winning the final, there's still good feelings to be had about this team.
That's true. But ultimate disappointment.
No one's saying there's not. I'm just.
Billy just said I have to be like, if
They
they
beca-
lose, I have to rip people. Like, I can have the perspective of I really want to win.
No.
Right.
But if we don't,
No.
it's okay.
You've been brainwashed into thinking that. You don't need to. You don't need to be appreciative.
By Le Batard, by the way.
Yeah, you don't
Yes.
need to. You could be upset. You can be disappointed. Roy, this series should end in you crying one way or another.
How's
Tears of
that?
joy or tears of sadness. Like, you need to cry at the end of this series.
I'm not crying, Billy.
See? Brainwashed.
Brainwashed?
I just appreciate what Barry Zito put together.
It's still very scary. Like Game 5 against the Rangers, I was just at home with like a blanket over my head the whole game. Like it was terrifying.
Is that what you do when you're scared?
I
A
don't-
blanket?
I was like, this is a watch at home game. Like sometimes I go out for the games. Like this was one. I just want to be alone.
Yes.
And it worked.
Roy, have you ever cried?
I teared up once going to Wrigley Field because I never been there, and that's
Really?
like
That's the spot?
that was the spot because I mean I grew up being a baseball fan,
Right.
and going to Wrigley was really
I don't blame
almost
you.
majestic.
Friendly confines.
Were you confused? It's the only time you cried. Did you think you were broken? Like you had to go to the shop or something? Like, what is this coming out of my face?
Exactly.
I'm
What's
leaking.
this salty stuff coming out of my eyes?
Does this happen to everyone?
Were you
And
in
then
the,
of course Claire.
Is there a recall?
were you in the bleachers?
Yeah, I was right behind home plate. I was
not
right
the
behind
Then
home
you
plate.
were not in the
I was
bleachers.
not
Not in
in
the bleachers. You were the best seats in the
left
house.
I was right
thinking
behind
left
home
or
plate,
right field.
Bleachers. Home plate.
How many beers?
Oh.
We went to the Cubby Bear before
The Cubby Bear.
Cubby
before the
Bear.
game and had a Cubby bomb. So,
Staple.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's
Cubby
a Cubby
bomb.
bomb?
The hell?
yeah, it's like a shot.
Is it like a car bomb? Like
No, it's like it's a blue drink. I forgot what they had in.
You didn't care.
all right.
I didn't care. It was
crying, you were
alcohol,
headed to
man.
Wrigley.
Had
Yeah.
a fun name.
Yeah.
Right.
Cub
Have you had
Blue.
Malort, Roy?
That's the other thing I gotta try because if you go to Chicago, you gotta try that terrible Malort stuff.
Everyone drinks it in
What is it?
Chicago. It's a liqueur, a liquor. It's nasty.
Yeah, not
But
a big fan of liqueur.
Everyone, you got to take a shot of it. I'll bring it in next Tuesday. For
Okay.
you, Greg.
Oh,
We're there.
great! Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
there for
I'll
you.
try it.
Have you ever gotten emotional, Greg, approaching a venue that you've never been to before? Like,
That's a good
is
question.
Roy alone on that? Or?
The first time I ever went to Fenway Park, I was emotional. I don't recall crying.
How old were you?
But I was emotional. I think I was probably 17.
That's like a high school punk getting emotional.
I wasn't. I was never a punk. I was more of a nerd. But
Odd clarification.
Jess, Notre Dame Stadium, like, did that make you emotional?
The first
Like
time I went
Rudy's
to Notre
dad?
Dame Stadium,
Yeah.
I was in utero, so I don't remember it. And then the second time, I was 1.
First time I was at Lone Depot. No, it's.
Well, the first night was emotional, wasn't it?
I didn't cry. It
You
was
did-
like I was like happy. I was like, this is a cool stadium, but I wasn't like emotional. No.
Right. Trying to think of a stadium ever made me emotional.
The Orange Bowl.
No. Place is a dump.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Fear was my emotion in the Orange Bowl, always.
Making it out alive.
Exactly right.
Walking into the
Will
sphere.
cement fall on my head today? And if so, hopefully it's not too big of a chunk.
Is today the day?
Maybe you walking into the sphere first Dead show.
Valhalla.
I was emotional
Yeah.
from the mushrooms.
40 milligrams.
Augusta.
Ooh,
Oh,
Augusta, I was emotional.
There you
Augusta
go.
would
with
be
your
I
good.
dad.
was. That's
yeah,
it.
you're with your dad.
As I walked in, actually, that's a good one. I was emotional with my dad. I'm crying now.
This is what you do. All right, let's just quick pause, right? I mean, we're live, but quick pause, right? Chris, you or Greg? No, Greg, you better. Well, no, you don't want to go. Chris, you now need to give like a 30-second impassioned speech about how emotional it would be for you to go to a road Stanley Cup final game in Edmonton with your father on Father's Day. And then we clip this, and then we kind of put it out there. I don't know if we put it on social or what we do. We find a way to get it to Christy, not with you showing her.
Right. Oh, I
And
like
then
this.
she
This is
sees
good.
it, and then
This is
she's
good.
like, wow, you know what? That'd be such a great
This is
gift.
good. Dad, I've just really wanted to spend quality time with you as you age, and you know we've connected over this Panthers team so much, and I
Right.
just think that me and you could really have a bonding experience if we get to Edmonton, you and me, guys' night,
Yeah.
go to the arena, just enjoy it. I think we would love it together.
Yeah. You know what I'd love even more?
What?
Just going to a home game. Not making the big trip.
Well, we can cut it after I stop talking.
Yeah, that's probably a better
I
idea.
mean, Greg is right. It's closer. I mean, it's easier.
Ass on, by
Drive
me.
there.
He's got to be there anyways.
Yeah, I don't. Edmonton.
You're the worst.
He loves you so much. Randy Moller is the TV analyst for the Florida Panthers. When you think Panthers and you think names associated with the Panthers, Randy Moller's in the top 5, for me at least.
Yes.
I was told to speak very loudly because there's a chance that Randy can't hear us. Randy, is this loud enough?
I can hear you, Stugotz. I can hear you.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, never better. I haven't been this excited since I stole my first car.
Where are you right now?
I'm at my place. I got the on the intercoastal. The boat slipped right there. The beach is right across the street.
Who's better than you, Randy? Hey, Moles.
It's a beautiful day in South Florida, so I thought the lighting out here is a lot better than in my place, in my house. So
right. A place that never has beautiful days is Edmonton. And so I am wondering, Randy Moller, if you were secretly rooting, because of travel, if you were rooting for the Dallas Stars to play the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Well, no, not really. You know what? Because my roots are back there, my hometown's only an hour and a half south of Edmonton in Red Deer. I was hoping, that an Edmonton, a Canadian team would be in the finals against the Panthers. And hey, we got our wish in that. But you know where my loyalty lies right now, and that's with the Florida Panthers and that. But I'm excited as well because this test will be a real test, and the Panthers are going up against the world's best hockey player, undisputed in Connor McDavid. So you've got to beat the best in order to be the best, and this is going to be a true test for the Panthers.
Randy, I want you to speak for all of Canada. Is this the kind of situation where the entire nation gets behind Edmonton now?
Calgary?
Or is it a situation where Calgary, a rival, is like, I ain't rooting for Edmonton. I don't care against who?
Yeah. You're going to get that a little bit because there's some really heated rivalries, as one of you guys mentioned about Calgary. A lot of hatred between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers fans, and even with Vancouver and that. The one thing they'll be in common, guys, is they'll be at least 80 to 85% of the televisions in the country of Canada will be tuned to these games. I mean, you don't see that even for the only thing you probably see it is for the Super Bowl down here in the States. Everybody be watching, whether you're going to be rooting for the Oilers or not, if you're up in Canada, but they're going to be watching. And that's exciting for me. I'm excited for them, and I'm really excited for the Panthers and their fans down here.
Randy, I want you to listen to Greg's explanation on why Connor McDavid is overrated. Greg, go ahead.
Okay. All right, hear me out, and I may be alone on this. Okay, I say overrated in one context. Okay, he's called McJesus, the chosen one, the next Gretzky. It's been 9 years. Great stats, but are they empty numbers? 9 years, and this is his first Stanley Cup. He hasn't raised the cup yet. In that context only, is he overrated?
I don't think you can. He definitely, guys, he's not overrated with the talent that he has. He's the most dynamic, the fastest player, and be able to make plays at such a high level. No excuses, but it's a number of his years that he's been in Edmonton, like you mentioned, 9 years. Edmonton just didn't have the team. They didn't have the depth. They didn't have the goaltending and that. So, and that's not his fault. And that it was kind of like a one-man band out there for a lot of years. Now they have a lot more depth, and with Draisaitl and Zach Hyman and Bouchard back on the point and that. I don't know if I agree with that. I think he's not overrated. And the thing is, though, I will say about Connor McDavid is you can be a fantastic player. There's been so many players in this league that have been elite level athletes, but until you win a Stanley Cup, then there's always going to be that asterisk on beside your name, because you can do whatever you want, individual stats, but until you win a Stanley Cup, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Well, Randy, what is the glaring weakness that the Oilers have that the Panthers can expose here?
What was that? Go ahead one more time.
What is
Louder.
the glaring weakness that the Oilers have that the Panthers can expose?
Well, if you know, Roy, if you break it down and into segments, I think the Panthers have the advantage in goaltending because Sergei Bobrovsky and what he's done and the maturity and the experience that he has. Stuart Skinner has played well for the Edmonton Oilers lately, but he struggled earlier in these playoffs. He was replaced for a couple of games. He had to regain his confidence and his style and that. So I think goaltending. I think the Panthers' depth on the third and fourth line, their physicality, the way that they were able to get past Tampa Bay, Boston, and a very lethal offensive team in the New York Rangers, I think that bodes them well and gives them the advantage. The only disadvantage I think the Panthers have in this series is two things. Number one is the power play of the Edmonton Oilers, which is almost unstoppable. And number two is Connor McDavid. So they have to stay out of the penalty box, limit their power plays given to the Edmonton Oilers. And then number two is they've got to somehow slow down Connor McDavid, get in his skating lane, bump him every time, not let him pass the puck at that high level of speed that he's used to. And if they do those two things, they will win this. They will win this series and they'll win the Stanley Cup. The only way that they're going to lose is if Connor McDavid beats them and the Panthers beat themselves.
Randy, these guys around here are telling me that the Panthers, quote, have to win this series after being in the final last year. I have the perspective more of this has been really fun these 2 years. So I'm kind of going to find the perspective of how awesome this has been, even if they lose this series. How do you feel about that?
This Panther team is a lot different, guys, that went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. They were beat up when they met the Vegas Golden Knights. They just weren't the team that they are. They went out in the offseason. They got bigger, they got stronger, more physical with Niko Mikkola and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And then they got Kyle Opozo, they got Tarasenko, they got Stenlin up the middle, Lawrence up the middle. They're bigger and stronger. You can't hardly compare this team last year to this year. This year and the expectations and the experience that they have. They know what they have to do, and that's their only motivation. They talked about it on day one at training camp that anything less than getting back to the finals will be a colossal failure. So that's the mindset that they have. Last year was a Cinderella story. They were just like, they were on top of the world. I can't believe that we're in the finals. How did we get here? This year, they were determined and they know that they were the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they proved it.
Talk about the importance of Sam Bennett. He's coming off of that hand injury and seeing that first goal in Game 6 against the Rangers, seeing that one-timer with that coming off of that hand injury was pretty special. So talk about his impact coming up in the Stanley Cup Final.
Oh, he is just a pure playoff performer. He proved it even before he got to the Panthers with the Calgary Flames. That's when he played his best hockey. And that he suits the Panthers' system and the style of they play with the physicality. Everybody knows that the Panthers are the most physical team in the NHL. They lead in hits. They lead in penalties. They're the best forechecking team in the NHL. And Sam Bennett leads that parade game after game, night after night. And he is an important cog. And everybody in the Pantherland are appreciative that he's got back in the lineup after having that injury. But if they lose a player as important as Sam Bennett, boy, that puts a real dent into what you're trying to accomplish, and that's to win the Stanley Cup.
Mull, speaking of parades, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but if the Panthers pull this off and there is a parade down Flamingo Boulevard through the Sawgrass Mall, past Ed Morse, of course.
Flamingo Road.
And Flamingo Road, excuse me, that's a fine. And, of course, Sawgrass Ford. I am wondering, are you the type of person, Randy, you have so much pull inside that organization, I want to create a float called the Bandwagon, and I want this show featured on said bandwagon. Can you make it happen?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
bandwagon, any wagon, pull your own wagon. It'll be the biggest party that South Florida has ever seen.
The pan
wagon. And I can't wait
I don't know
for
about
that to happen. I got my dinghy right out here, or whatever.
Right.
I'll lead the boat parade with my dinghy, and the
Yes.
motor's not working right now, but I'll lead the parade along the new river, and that I haven't heard anything. I don't think anybody wants to get ahead of themselves, but they will plan something. If this event happens, it will be something spectacular.
Who would you say would win the Conn Smythe Trophy at the end if the Panthers win?
I think right now it's got to be Sergei Bobrovsky. Roy, I mean,
Forsling.
Yeah, what he's done, and what is it? It's 9 of the last 10 or 10 of the last 11 games he's allowed 2 or fewer goals. So that stat just number one just puts you right on the leaderboard, I would think. But there's still a lot of hockey to be played, and with the Tkachuk's and the Verhaeghes, how Verhaeghe scores those huge goals. And then Alexander Barkov. I mean, he's just been a monster. And to go up against, as I mentioned, the top stars on Tampa Bay, on Boston, on the Rangers, and almost single-handedly shut those players down with his play. If you're a casual hockey fan and you're watching the games, you don't really realize the importance and the input that Barkov has and the little things that he does. And he's on the right side of the puck, and he wins those board battles and important draws, and be in a position defensively, and then lead the rush. And that sometimes it goes under the radar, and that, but for true hockey fans and the people that are going to be voting for this award, they know that he is the best two-way player in the NHL. It's not even up for discussion.
It's amazing how quickly you said, Bob, 2 years ago, Roy and Mike wanted to bench Bob for Spencer Knight. Like, it's insane.
And he did.
Well, yeah, I mean, these guys are tough to impress, I mean, they're fair weather fans, and yeah, it's the same thing with Tua with the Dolphins when he has a couple of bad series in the game or whatever. Everybody's calling for him to get replaced as well. So, but that's all part of sports. That's fun and that. But I said it, guys. I said it 3 years ago. I said if the Panthers are ever to win the Stanley Cup, it'll be with Sergei Bobrovsky in goal and no other goaltender. And I think hopefully I'm going to be proven right on that one.
Moles, before we let you go, would you rather have Tua at $55 million or Russell Wilson at $2 million?
Well, that's a good one. I'm a fan of both of them.
Right.
I'm a big Tua fan. I'm a big Dolphin fan. I think that with the right weapons and the right protection, the Miami Dolphins have more than adequate quarterback in Tua, and I'll be a Tua man all game long. And that it's just that would be amazing, Stugotz, that Tua will reach your salary with that contract. That's pretty ironic.
You would take Russell Wilson. I mean. To $1 million. I mean, that was a bad joke. Yeah.
Really bad.
Moller, we love you. I look forward to being on the dinghy during the parade. That's going to be the bandwagon, okay? Your dinghy whose engine doesn't work, okay?
Yeah, no, I'll make Stugotz. I'll make room for you. I just gotta take my Trump flag off the dinghy.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, you gotta get that off there. Yeah.
Yes, please do. Yes, or else I won't be there.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
See you, Randy.
I watched a documentary this weekend, documentary series, I should say, because nothing is ever just one documentary anymore. It's always 3 episodes. And the ending legitimately pissed me off. And Tony saw it too, and I know he's annoyed. The premise is that, you guys remember Ashley Madison? It was a website where people would go to find people to have affairs with.
I've seen of it.
So, well done. Married people would go and find other married people to have affairs with. You pay for the service, have an affair or not.
You were essentially
Talk to
paying
married
for the
people.
anonymity?
You were paying to meet
You got
other
that out.
married
Oh, my
people
God.
online.
That's one of the toughest words in the English language.
I stopped right before. You guys saw me stop. I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going
You
to
should
go
win
for it.
Conn Smythe for that.
And 10 years ago, its servers got hacked, and hackers, or hacker, singular, posted a list of all of its users online, and there was a huge fallout from it. Marriages destroyed, lives destroyed, etc. And this documentary came out, and the entire time, it's kind of teasing like, who
did this?
Was this an inside job? Like who?
I only saw the first 2 episodes, so
Who
I don't
did
know.
this?
Tell me, who did it?
Spoiler alert, but not really, because it's something that happened in real life. The documentary doesn't know. No one ever found
Nobody
out.
knows.
The end of the documentary, they were like, well, we just don't know who did it. And I'm still
What a
annoyed by
scam.
it. I'm still annoyed.
Yeah.
The scam really happened from like the creator. I forgot the guy's name. The guy who was like
Noel, I think. or
Noel, whatever. Yeah,
Noel.
he was the biggest scam artist on the planet. Where he's like, guys, my marriage is incredible. I
Yeah.
love my wife. Everything is great, but people who want to cheat should have a platform to cheat.
I
right?
never
I
would.
don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But if I would use Ashley Madison. Comes out that he was doing God only knows what with 1,000 people, and would like put his wife on national TV and be like, babe, tell her,
We're
it's
super happy.
like
Yeah.
we're good, but
Love each other.
Ashley Madison rocks. Like
You
you
should
got to
use
get
my
on
site.
this.
Yeah, and apparently there were fake users on the site, because the entire first episode I'm watching this, I'm like, there's no way there were enough married women using this site behind their partners' backs to meet the demand of all the married men using it. It just
They do it for
feels-
free, though. That was the catch.
Well,
Men had
true.
to pay. Women could just sign up for free.
You know a lot about this.
I watched the,
watched the
first 2
first couple
episodes.
episodes.
Come on, what are you doing?
And
You
you didn't
retained?
miss
I've
anything
seen
in
of
the
it.
third, because all you found out was that they don't know who did the hack. But I was thinking, like, it just seems like this is something that a lot of men would use and not a lot of women would
Yeah.
use. They would be too afraid of taking that risk and going behind their partner's backs. Sure enough, like midway through this documentary, you find out a lot of the female users were fake. They were just like employees of the bots. It was like a chat bot, or it was like employees faking messages. And this company was trying to go public. And how is this founder not in jail for fraud? I guess they technically, like, he left the company or resigned or whatever before they actually went public, but he was just beefing up this service with fake people the entire time to make it seem like, oh, look, we have 70 million users on Ashley Madison.
And you could see, because like from 2011 to 2012, they have like this exponential jump of users. And it's like, we're in India now, we're in China now. And it's like he goes across the world, but then it's like you find out, I don't know what percentage of it was chatbots, was people on the inside working for it. And what made the hack so crazy is that it was super personal towards the CEO, this guy Noel, where they were releasing his private emails.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing everything to attack this guy. So they were trying to figure out, and which was crazy.
They thought it could be like someone
An
who had
inside
been
job,
cheated
yeah.
on, or somebody just like a mad person that
Right.
got cheated on because of the site.
Someone who has an axe to grind. They
Yeah.
also thought maybe it's like there's evidence to show maybe it was an employee who had access that then sold the information
Right.
to a hacker or did the hack themselves. But I'm
No
sitting there
answer.
after 3 hours invested in this
No payoff.
documentary.
Yeah.
I still don't know who did it, and I would like to know.
They bring these like Swedish guys who are like who
Oh,
are
those
like
guys mean
hackers, but like
business.
like white hat hackers, like reverse hackers. So they're trying to figure it out. In the end, they're like, yeah, I don't know, we're out of here.
They probably made so much money not figuring it out. Dad, you've been
Literally.
quiet during this segment. What's up?
The thought occurs that if I'm going to cheat on my wife, the last thing on earth I'm going to do
Go on the internet?
is leave an electronic trail of my misbehavior by going on a website.
How would you do it?
Well, you do it by going to a bar and
Discreetly.
saying,
Next time,
hey,
next
can I
time
buy?
over.
Hey, can I
Right.
buy you a drink? I mean,
You're not sending a Venmo.
You do it old
Listen
school.
to a professional.
Greg
I mean, it's
Cote, if I
ridiculous.
did it.
If I did it.
Listen to Greg's Back in My Day on adultery and cheating back in the day, and it'll tell you exactly what he would have done if you would have done it.
There's certain things you don't use a website for.
Cheating.
If I plan to rob a bank,
Right.
I'm not going to go to a website to
don't
look for
Google?
instructions.
There's certain things you don't tell anyone before you
No,
do them.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
yes.
What else?
That is
What
the
else?
last thing on earth I would do is go to Ashley Madison to cheat on my wife. It's absurd. It's laughably
You
inane.
go to landlubbers. I mean,
I mean, you go to a bar, you smoke a cigarette at the bar.
that's it.
Blow some smoke.
What would you do?
Buy a drink.
How would you court a suitor at this phase? Like, let's say you have, I don't know, not that you're having an affair. Let's say you got a hall pass or something, like your 50th wedding anniversary, whatever.
It could happen, yeah.
right? Yeah. So let's say this happens.
It won't, but it could.
How does Greg court a suitor? You go to let's say you're going to go to a bar.
Yeah.
to
Right.
make
Shows
this
the hall
happen.
pass.
What's your opening
What
line?
do you do? How do you dress? What do you do?
Yeah.
What is your body language giving off?
Oh, I would be terrible. I mentioned earlier I've been a nerd my whole life. I've always been awkward at conversation. That's the best thing about being married. You don't have to be clever in conversation anymore. You don't have to impress anybody. So, although my wife would probably, not agree with that, but I
But
couldn't
you're right,
do that.
though. You're right.
I wouldn't know what to do. Like I'd end up using old country music lines.
Like what? Like what?
If
Hey, sugar.
if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? That's my
What
old
country song is that from?
It's a lyric.
You
That
wouldn't
kind of
understand.
thing.
Chris.
Yeah.
We
You never
hope.
cheated like Greg.
See, that's why I've never cheated on my wife because I use lines like that.
And she's a lawyer, so.
Well, that too.
But Greg, I also think what you're saying is if you went on Ashley Madison and you were exposed, shame on you. You're an idiot.
Right. Yes.
You deserve what you
No.
got.
Well,
website.
they did claim, like, they were like, trust us, guys. Like, this is never going to come out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we
right.
have so much
That's always the
security.
opening line to a
Anyone
scam.
that's ever
Trust us,
scammed
guys.
anyone.
They were bragging about how their website had this shield that said max protection or something, and then it's just like, and he's just like, that didn't mean anything.
They did it on Photoshop.
Those were just graphic designs. Those meant nothing.
It is terrible. Like, there are some really sad
Yeah.
stories in this documentary.
People
like,
killed themselves
people who-
over this.
Yeah, who, like, legitimately, like, this was it. Like,
And they were
ruined their
interviewing
lives.
some people that had been caught in it. So you're getting to like learn about the backstory of it, and you're hearing real life instances of
Except
it.
that one woman who was like, I like to cheat on my partner, and
Yes.
I just like having a lot of sex. And I was
Yes.
like, why are you in this?
And then the
Clearly
guy was
this-
like, "Yeah, I love this too."
Different dog.
guy?
Different
like,
He's
dog.
in an open relationship. That's a different
She's
thing.
like, I clean up on this site.
There was actually way back when we first started 790 The Ticket, there was controversy around whether or not, Roy, you'll remember this, we should take Ashley Madison advertising because they were all over Howard Stern's show. And so I was debating whether or not, now we were a startup, we needed money. Should we take the money? Should we not take the money? A lot of people were upset at stations and shows who took the money.
I know. I only heard Ashley Madison ads one time in my life, and it was on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Like he took it.
They were a big time
They
spot.
took
Well,
it,
yeah. I mean, his show kind of lent
Yes.
to Ashley Madison.
It fits. It fit on that show.
I didn't take
fit.
it. I took the
What
dove
do you mean by
healer.
that, Stu? What do you mean by that? His
I mean,
show
Howard
runs
just
fast
talks
enough.
about sex a lot.
He
I
used
mean,
to talk to porn
lot of
stars.
horny
Yeah.
guys.
They kind of the
Yeah.
audience is there's
Horny guys, the ultimate market.
Yeah.
Just anything you could do for horny guys, you're gonna make money.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, those guys are
The funny
horny.
thing about Stugotz almost taking money from Ashley Madison for the ticket. The ticket actually later down the line took money from a Russian escort service to advertise.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, that's not allegedly. No.
Whoa.
It was
No,
a
no,
Russian
I
escort
think he's
service.
right.
Allegedly.
No, it was not allegedly.
I think they were in studio.
Trying to help
They
you.
were
I'm trying to
in
help you,
studio.
buddy. Allegedly.
They were in
They
studio.
were in studio.
What?
Yes. Yeah, we had
Allegedly
two
in
models
studio.
in studio.
Weekly football show.
It's interesting where the line is on morality if you're a radio show,
Yeah.
because in theory, people on Ashley Madison are just consenting adults agreeing to have an
Yeah.
affair. The person being cheated on is like it's technically you're not
Right.
committing a crime.
which is what the guy's point was. He's
Right.
like, hey, people want to cheat. I'm giving them a safe outlet to do it.
At the same time, I could understand being a business and being like, we're not going to advertise for this on our station.
Right.
But then advertising a escort service
Allegedly.
feels
I
like
forgot about the Russians.
But
I
hold
got to
on
be
a second.
honest. The
Wait.
Ruskies, yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't.
the
You don't
Ruskies,
want.
yeah.
You didn't want to take money to advertise for a website that encourages infidelity. But then you take money from law firms that say we will take everything from your wife in the divorce as a result
Yeah.
of the infidelity.
right, Billy.
Big
It's a
house.
law-
Just
it's a
an
law
optics
firm.
thing.
I mean,
Just optics.
No one ever complained about a law firm being on the air. I mean,
They do other things too.
Yeah, like traffic tickets.
It's a good point, Billy.
it is fair, Billy. What are you saying?
I'm just saying, if you're already going to take the money, you might as well double dip. You know what I mean?
So is
That's
there?
what I'm saying. Like we draw the line at a weird place.
It sounds like there's a hole in the market for a website now.
Apparently, it's still out
They're still
there.
running.
Oh, really?
yeah.
But the
There's
founder
third episode.
left. Yeah. You could sign up right now, Chris or Greg.
Look it up, Chris.
I love how he was
Greg.
just like, I
I'll
picked
pass.
2 popular women names. Like it wasn't very deep why it's Ashley Madison. He's like, those were the 2 most popular women names
Ashley and Madison.
at the time.
Yep.
Madison.
Yeah.
It works.
It would be
Two Americas.
if they renamed it now. It'd be Ashley, but it would be like ASHEI.
There's a G in there somewhere for sure.
Oh, I hate that spelling.
MADYSON.
I'm terrified to just start typing that thing out. I ain't going to that site.
Scene of it.
Somebody Google it right
It's
now.
for work though.
No.
We talked about
Why
it on
is the
air.
link
Stu, do
purple
it.
on Google? That's weird. I've never clicked on that one before.
Just for work research.
Type it in
Russian
and see.
escorts.
Yeah.
Chris, give me something here.
Oh, you want me to? All right, I'll type it in just for you.
The Ruskies.
Ooh, nice web design.
A lot of money.
Still up.